W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
We ask for a chance to fair.
We ask for a chance to fair.
Chance to equal our strife. Chance to do it there.
Chance to do it there.
We should win.
We should win.
Let it be by the code.
Let it be by the code.
Faith and honor held high.
Faith and honor held high.
We should lose.
We should lose.
Stand by the road.
Stand by the road.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Day by day.
Day by day.
We get better and better.
We get better and better.
So we can't beat.
We can't beat.
Boom, beat.
Who let the dogs out? It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school football, featuring the AAA Martinsburg Bulldogs. To get you ready for today's play-by-play action, we'll bring you interviews, in-depth analysis, and important game information on the pregame show. So let's get things started by going to the stadium and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening from Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium for Class AAA West Virginia High School football quarterfinal action as we welcome you into the pregame show brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video, distribution, and more. Call them at 304-350-1931 or visit WHMSystems.com. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop, our on-site producers, John Alderton, sideline reporter / cameramans Matt Miller, our main cameraman's Daryl Miller. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. As in tonight's quarterfinal matchup, we have the 6th seed Jefferson Cougars taking on your undefeated 3rd seed in the Mountain State, the Martinsburg Bulldogs, for the second time this year, Dylan.
Yeah, this is the exciting part of the season. All these teams that are made it to this weekend are teams that have won a playoff game. And that's a great accomplishment, you can say, on your season. And it's, for a lot of teams, that is a successful season. Jefferson has gotten to the point where they say, we've done that plenty of times. We want to get back to winning multiple playoff games. We want to get to the semifinals. We want to get to the state championship. Problem is, you've run into Martinsburg Bulldogs here tonight, who, first matchup of the season, you lost to 57-14. Now, there were some things that you like from that game from Jefferson, and it's not to say that, Jefferson doesn't deserve to be here. They very much are worthy of that number 6 spot in the state. I think it just says a lot about Martinsburg that they were able to beat the 6th best team in West Virginia by that many points. What has changed since then? What will the adjustments be? What is Coach Hunter and that coaching staff saying and doing when it comes to the game plan for this week's game? Say these things worked against Martinsburg, these things didn't. It's something that only Jefferson is going to be able to have the luxury of saying up to this point in the season. It might be for the rest of the season. If Spring Mills loses tomorrow to Huntington, they'll be the only team that can say, we're facing Martinsburg, and we've gotten to see them on the field already. We played a game against them. We played 4 quarters. We can make adjustments. There's one thing to look at Martinsburg's film and make a game plan based on it, but when you get on that field against those athletes, it's different. It's a whole new ballgame. So I think that's going to be the key for tonight, to see what's going to be the adjustment from Jefferson from that first game. Meanwhile, Martinsburg, last few weeks of the regular season, they kind of backed their way into the playoffs. They won every game. They won every game by a lot of points, but not really by the kind of standard that you would have expected Martinsburg to say. Well, you're only beating teams by 30, that sometimes you'll beat by 50, in that sort of sense. But they kicked it back into gear last week against Park South and won that game handily, 55-7, and they looked like they are back in the driver's seat to be one of the favorites, if not the favorite, to get to the state championship or win the state championship.
Yeah, the odds are not in your favor, historically speaking, if you're Jefferson. You haven't beat Martinsburg in 16 years. It's the second time you're playing them this year. Last time, 57-14 was the final score. And to top it all off, in school history, you haven't been to the state semifinals.
Yeah. So, and part of that is that you always have to deal with Martinsburg, at least over the last 20 or so years since Coach Walker's been here, and even the last few years with Coach Sherman. It's running in the Martinsburg. That's the standard in the Eastern Panhandle. And we get one last shot at seeing who rules the roost in the EPAC this year.
Let's step aside, take a 2-minute break on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll have the check of the playoff schedule. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 8 new providers who've joined University Health Associates East and our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center and Jefferson Medical Center. Physician's Assistant Casey Wiebel, Emergency Medicine, Dr. Mark Seymour, Anesthesia, Dr. Farman Ali, Neurology, Dr. Christopher Redmond, Rheumatology, Dr. Sierra Hart, Emergency Medicine, Physician's Assistant Carly Kremer, Cardiology, Nurse Practitioner Jennifer Gorgal, General Surgery, and Nurse Practitioner Corey Lapai, OBGYN. Welcome to WVU Medicine.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football, Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney, Friday Night Lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for Steak Night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for the check of the playoff schedule, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. Fast, fresh, friendly, Rock's. The field is down to 8 now as we look back at last week's games. Number 1, Cabell Midland took care of business against number 16, Musselman, by a final score of 63-22. Second-seeded Huntington beat 15-seeded Morgantown 59-13. The game we had between 3rd-ranked Martinsburg and 14th-ranked Parkersburg South ended in a dominating 55-7 victory for the Bulldogs. The upset of the week was 13th seed Parkersburg, getting a win at number 4 Hurricane 47-23. Number 5 Princeton beat number 12 Oak Hill 37-7. Number 6 Jefferson beat number 11 Wheeling Park 21-14. 7th seeded Spring Mills won 20-17 over 10th seeded Spring Valley. Number 8 Bridgeport was victorious over number 9 George Washington 28-27. Let's now take a look at this week's quarterfinal matchups, starting with the Spring Mills Cardinals. They head to Huntington for a clash with the defending state champions. Kickoff between Spring Mills and the Huntington Highlanders is tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Spring Mills head coach Marcus Law shared his thoughts on Huntington Washington.
Oh, they're fast. They're very fast. They have elite athletes over there. They do a good job pushing the ball vertical, screen games here and there. Their running back, he's another kid. If you don't rally to him and secure those tackles, you could be watching him at the other side of the end zone there on a nice long run. So we'll definitely have our work cut out as far as keeping those guys in check and then trying to limit the things that they want to do. Defense, big up front. That's one thing they take some pride in. Very good size nose tackle. They jump in between the odd stack and forefront there. It's nice for us because it's very similar to what our defense runs as well. But again, they have those elite skill guys in the back that kind of try to keep everything in front of them. So very talented.
This week's other games are number 8 Bridgeport at number 1 Cabell Midland and number 13 Parkersburg at number 5 Princeton. That was your check of the playoff schedule, brought to you by Rocks Local Markets, fast, fresh, friendly Rocks. Once again, our matchup tonight features the 6th-ranked Jefferson Cougars and the 3rd-ranked Martinsburg Bulldogs. We'll continue to preview this matchup coming up next on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. You're tuned into West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, a hearty meal of 12 pieces for $12 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $12.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from one location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my parents. Dad, come over. The brisket's done.
The Traeger Connected Experience. Everything you need for epic flavor, and then some.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
We welcome you back here to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show as we have West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube as we are in the quarterfinals between number 6 Jefferson and number 3 Martinsburg. And let's now take a look at the visiting Jefferson Cougars. Team 9-2 overall coming into this game. The 2 losses, one to Sharando in overtime in week 2, and the second one to this very team, the Martinsburg Bulldogs, 57-14. But last week, a hard-fought win over Wheeling Park by a final score of 21-14 at home, and it was a big game for the running back Tayshawn Roper. 10 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, I looking at these statistics from last week. Obviously, we didn't get to see the game. I thought it was interesting that, in a close matchup, you never know how things can go, but Jefferson was outgained by Wheeling Park. Wheeling Park ended up with over 300 yards of offense, over 200 from the quarterback, and 98 rushing. And Jefferson was only able to get just over 200 total yards. They got the 10 carries, 115 yards, and a rushing touchdown from Tayshawn Roper. Dylan Harris was only 8 of 15 for 95 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. And Keyshawn Robinson only had 3 catches for 27 yards in that one. It was a great defensive performance, though. A lot of tackles for loss, 4 for Quentin Goins, 3 for Noah Mielib. And I think looking at this, 6 other tackles for loss in that game outside of that. So it was a good defensive performance. Really, the difference was that Aiden Davis, the quarterback for Wheeling Park, threw 2 interceptions, and Jefferson threw none. So it was the turnover battle that made the difference there, and I think that that's something to watch for Jefferson coming into this one, because Martinsburg has only had 7 turnovers the entire year. It was 4 interceptions and 3 fumbles. Only 3 of those 4 interceptions are from Murphy Clement, the starting quarterback. One of those was from Coy Fagan in backup action. And they forced 21 turnovers on the year, 9 interceptions and 12 fumbles. So how is Jefferson going to be able to, are they going to be able to hold on to the football? Can they win the turnover battle? You're not going to beat Martinsburg if you lose the turnover battle in any significant fashion. So there's that. And I noticed in the first game between Jefferson and Martinsburg, it felt like the best offense that Jefferson really had for themselves was when they dropped back the pass with Dylan Harridge and he ran and scrambled with the football and picked up yards with his legs. It wasn't so much design runs with Harridge himself or giving the ball to Roper, because as we know, it's incredibly hard, feels almost impossible at times to run the ball on the Martinsburg defense. They give up 35.9 rushing yards per game. They barely give up over 100 total yards of offense on games in average. They give up an average of 113.5 total yards per game. It's an insane defense so far this year from Martinsburg. Jefferson put up 14 points on them, which is better than a lot of teams have been able to say. But Harridge on the year, 381 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns. Roper's got himself almost 600 yards, 6 touchdowns on the year. That's really going to be the key is, Harridge is not really a guy that throws the ball deep down the field. He throws the ball about 15 times per game. That's exactly what he did last week against Wheeling Park for just 95 yards. But he doesn't turn the ball over. Those few reps of throwing the ball down the field have turned into being an efficient, team that doesn't turn it over. 16 touchdowns, 3 interceptions throwing the ball for Harridge on 57% completion. So can you get anything going in the pass game? And if your receivers are covered down the field, can he replicate what he did some against Martinsburg in the first game this year and be able to run the ball?
Let's step aside and take another break here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, Craig Hunter. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer!
The Mountaineer Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Mondays, Karaoke Tuesdays, Steak Night Wednesdays and Sundays, Boneless Swing Night Thursdays, and DJ and/or karaoke, again Fridays and Saturdays. And remember, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays through Fridays is happy hour with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Pub!
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches' interviews, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons now joined by the head coach of the Jefferson Cougars, Craig Hunter. Coach Hunter, your team coming off a hard-fought win last week. Just walk us through that game.
I thought played a hard team last week, Willing Park. Defensively, they created a challenge by just their different blitz packages that they gave us. We were able to hit them early with a 90-yard run by Tayshawn Roper. Then we, got kind of like in a stalemate with each other, being able to hold each other. And then they had pretty much had a miscue in coverage, and we were able to see it. It was actually a play where we weren't even supposed to snap the ball. Dylan saw that they didn't cover our receiver and yelled out in the cadence, snap it, snap it, snap it. Center snapped the ball. We threw the ball to the wide open receiver. He scored a touchdown. Then Tayshawn Roper sealed the deal with a pick six. So, hard-fought battle. As a coach, sometimes you don't like those in the playoff game, but, we got the win, survive and advance, and that's what we're going to do, advance to this week.
Still obviously learning about your team week in and week out. What'd you learn maybe that you didn't already know about your team in that win?
Oh, they kept battling. They just kept battling, even though things sometimes wasn't going our way. They fought through the adversity and just kept battling to pull out the victory.
This week you guys get a rematch against the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Tough matchup last time around. Hindsight 2020, what are you looking at maybe from last time that you either want to replicate or change?
We want to be, I would say, more consistent in what we do offensively and defensively. So it means we want to be able to make sure we get them blocked up better this time around, make sure that we tackle better this time around. The first time around, going back and rewatching that film, we didn't tackle well in the open field. We missed some assignments in blocking. There were times that we were able to move the ball on them and able to get scores on them, but we just got to be better and be more consistent at that this time around.
How much does it help getting a second opportunity against a team?
Depends on the team. So, you get a second opportunity to try to maybe sometimes correct the mistakes that you made, but then they also get the same opportunity to correct some of the mistakes they may have think that they've made. So, it's not like we don't know each other. We play each other every year. So, just hoping we can maybe replicate 2004 playoff atmosphere that we had up there against Martinsburg. Hopefully with a different result, but, get to replicate that atmosphere of all the fans, good actual game, and, fun.
How much does it benefit having an atmosphere, whether home or away, and especially, as you said, 2004, an away game, but still close enough to where your fans get the opportunity to travel and be behind your team?
It makes a big difference. Last year we traveled to Huntington 2 times in a row, and we had decent fan base, but it wouldn't be the same fan base as, like you say, as it was here last Friday night, or possibly would it be at Martinsburg this Friday night. So having your fan base there, the support there, makes a big difference to the kids and everybody else in the community.
It's been a few weeks since you guys met. What are some differences that you've seen maybe in your team growth or just in general? And then the other side, what have been some of the differences that you've potentially seen from a distance in Martinsburg?
For us, I think, like I said, we've just gotten better as a team, gotten more cohesive together, adding new pieces to the puzzle after losing some kids that we lost last year. We finally were able to gel a little bit, and, the same thing with them. They just keep on getting better each week. Same thing with them. They got some new pieces of the puzzle. Coach Dave Walker's back. There has to be, a little bit of growing right there to get back in the mix, figure out everybody's role, what they're doing. So, they figured everything out, and they're on a roll too. So, we just got to make sure we just try to cover things up the best we can and hopefully come out with a victory on Friday night.
Defensively, their strong suit stopping the run game. What are maybe some wrinkles that you're trying to add in, or what's your game plan of attack to potentially pull off this upset?
Well, I can't give you no game plan, but their strong suit is stopping the run. They are strong up front. They're seriously strong up front. Just basically just try to get them blocked up the best we can. We feel like that we can possibly move the ball on them some. We got to make sure we pick our shots, and that's what we're going to do. Like I said, everybody's seen how strong they are in the run game, so we just got to make sure we get them blocked up front the best we can, and see if we can move the ball on them again. We did some last time, but hopefully we can do it this time and hopefully pull out the victory.
What about on the defensive side? What do you feel like you guys need to do to stop their ground game or even their air attack?
Tackle better. I thought we were in position at some points in times in the first game, and sometimes we just missed tackles. Tackle better, understand the assignment, and be in the right spots. Don't have miscommunications on defense. Put us in the right situations, and give us better opportunities to get them off the field. That's the main thing we got to do. Is we got to get stops. We have to get stops on them to win the game.
I don't know if it was in general over the history of the school or if it was just something recently, but I saw a post on Facebook talking about that Jefferson hasn't made it past the second round of the postseason. With the opportunity here, even though it is a tough one, how much would that mean to your program?
It'd be huge. I mean, in the history of Jefferson High School, we've never made it to the semifinal rounds in football. It'd be huge for the program, huge for the school, huge for the community, to get the opportunity to be one step away from state championship game. So, the kids understand that. Us as a coaching staff we understand that, and we're going to put our best foot forward to go out here and attack this task.
How do you make sure that that mentality, I guess, is stuck in their head over the fact that it's Martinsburg?
I mean, the main thing is just try to forget at the point in time that it's Martinsburg. We try to get the kids to understand and try to get them to believe that they're not playing the nostalgia of Martinsburg. They're not playing the history of Martinsburg. We're playing this Martinsburg team this day and time. We can't play all that history on the game. So you need to understand that you're playing these kids that you've known your whole life, and then just go out there and try to complete the game plan.
All right, Coach, any final thoughts on this week's game before we get to our fun question of the week?
No. I can only imagine what it is.
It's not too bad. It's just what's your favorite football movie?
The Program.
Program?
The Program.
Why that?
It's just, I don't know. It was just a good movie that came out when I was in college. A lot of, I guess, a good one-liners in it, and just a good movie. I just liked it overall.
All right, Coach Hunter, appreciate the time and good luck this week.
Thank you.
This was our coaches' interviews brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons back for more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show after this. You're tuned into West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
Hi, this is Dave from Bechtel Jewelers. Have you shopped our huge going out of business sale? Everything in the store is up to 70% off, and the sale just got even better. Now you can take an additional 20% off our already crazy low sale prices. Everything must go, and we would love it all to go to an amazing home. This is so much fun, and the perfect time to go on a shopping spree one last time at Bechtel Jewelers. See you soon.
Welcome back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium in Martinsburg, West Virginia for quarterfinal action between Jefferson and Martinsburg as we continue the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. Taking a look, your Martinsburg Bulldogs, undefeated on the year, 10-0, coming off a round one victory against Parkersburg South, 55 28-7. A dominating win led by the senior quarterback, Murphy Clement. 6 total touchdowns, 5 through the air, 1 rushing touchdown for him, leading the Bulldogs to that 10th win, trying to replicate that again tonight against Jefferson.
Yeah, we kind of mentioned it in the first segment. There was a little bit of concern in the last few weeks of the season, at least from our end, that the offense of Martinsburg didn't really seem to be clicking, especially throwing the ball deep down the field. It just didn't seem like they were hitting on as many of those passes. Murphy Clement not able to, get the kind of performances that he had earlier in the year throwing the ball. That all changed last week. They were absolutely able to throw the ball deep down the field against Parkersburg South. Now, granted, it's a Parkersburg South team that we knew coming into it had a porous defense, let's call it, and we knew that they'd probably be able to put up a lot of points on them. But it was, it's not really much different than that competition that we saw at the end of the year for the Bulldogs. We kind of, are used to Martinsburg being able to go through this schedule and put up a lot of points. There was just less than usual towards the end of the year, and I think Coach Walker kind of chalked it up to kind of playing down to their competition, and even the players kind of agreed with that to a certain extent. And in my opinion, that's kind of what it seemed like as well from my end. It just seemed like probably you weren't highly motivated in games against teams like Hedgesville and even Washington, who you did put up a lot of points against. But Musselman, for example, was one where the offense really struggled a good bit. But then you get to the playoffs and things change. Now, Jefferson, they played that game before those, sort of offensive stalling moments happened. They put up 57 points against Jefferson in that first matchup. And if last week is any indication, and last game against Jefferson is any indication, it should be a pretty strong night for Martinsburg. Like we mentioned, the rushing defense for the Bulldogs, we talk about it every week. 36 yards a game on the ground. If you can't run the ball on any sort of level, in playoff football, especially when you get into conditions where it gets a little bit colder, although it's pretty nice out there today. If it's going to rain, it won't be quite as nice as we saw some rain a little bit earlier. But if you can't get that going, it hinders your offense a lot because you can't set up play action. The defense can kind of settle in and say, all right, if you can't run the ball up the middle against us, then we can sort of set that aside and set up the rest of our defense to account for other things, make sure that you can't, throw it over the top on us or run to the outside when some jet sweeps or get the ball out to a guy like Keyshawn Robinson, who's going to be a dangerous player, although he was pretty much held in check in the first game against Martinsburg. There's kind of been this tendency that whenever Jefferson puts Keyshawn Robinson in the backfield at running back, they hand the ball off to him. And we'll see if that sort of tendency has changed, because Martinsburg was not the only team that noticed that, and I know that for a fact, that every time Keyshawn Robinson was in the backfield, he got the handoff. So do they break the predictability? But on Martinsburg's end, you look for that, and it helps. That rushing attack helps a lot. And can Murphy Clement keep up what they did in last week's game, throwing the ball deep down the field and being able to put up points in that fashion? You just look at what Murphy Clement was able to do last week. He was 14 for 26, which not a great completion percentage, but 251 yards and 5 passing touchdowns, including multiple that were long, deep down the field. Dover had a 47-yarder, Gideon had a 50-yarder, Musgrove had a 26-yarder, and if they keep that up, Martinsburg's going to be very hard to beat even after this round.
Step aside, take another break on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from David Walker, the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, as well as our In the Huddle with Martinsburg's Murphy Clement and Jefferson's Keyshawn Robinson. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory.
I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory.
I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack. Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
The challenges of tomorrow need a leader of character. A West Point graduate, a retired active duty Army veteran with 27 years of uniformed service, a battle-tested leader who knows what it means to serve. We need conservative Mac Warner. As a veteran, family man, and lifelong servant leader, Mac has the values and experience to fight for our children, our families, and our future. Mac Warner is ready to serve.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway and 1/2 hour drive from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches' interviews, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons now joined by the head coach, the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Dave Walker. Coach Walker, your team gets a 55-7 win last week at home against Parkersburg South. Just kind of walk us through that game and what'd you like?
I thought we really rose our level of play. I thought we played really well in all 3 phases. And just I thought we played really well up front as well, but I thought we come out with a little more fire under us than what we had maybe the previous few weeks.
I think a lot of people were in agreement with that. What do you attribute it to, just the fact that it was playoffs maybe?
Yeah, I think so, and the fact that we were playing a different team, not one of the local teams. I thought our guys just were, they understand what's at risk right now, what's at stake, so I think they're going to give more effort.
Big game for Murphy Clement on the offensive side of the ball, 5 touchdown passes, 1 rushing touchdown for him as well. Just talk about his game and what you like from your starting quarterback last week.
Yeah, I thought he played really well, threw the ball well. Our receivers did a good job once they got the ball in their hands. But he did what he's very capable of doing, what we want him to do.
This week you guys get a rematch of an EPAC opponent at home against Jefferson. Let's start off breaking them down. What have you seen from them for the past few weeks since the last time meeting?
I think they've gotten better. I think they're a really good football team. Their speed really stands out, how fast they are. And, defensively, they're very aggressive, especially up front. So, and they like to bring pressure and stuff as well. So it's really going to be a big test for us. Playing a team like, it's hard to beat a good team once, more or less to beat them twice. And, you really kind of, playing these guys, we got to avoid getting cat scratch fever. We can't get, we can't think that we've got it won. They're going to be in here giving us their best shot, and our guys got to make sure they're ready to play.
Speed, you mentioned one of their top things that they have on their side, and you always hear the cliche from people, you can't really coach speed. How do you coach stopping speed?
I just think you have to be fundamentally sound, and you can't put yourself in a position where you can get beat. So I think our guys just have to be aware of what's going on down and distance, what they're doing, tendencies, and just play well and try not to make any mistakes.
We also mentioned that it's the second time you guys get to play them. What's the benefit of playing a team a second time, and then maybe what are some of the negatives of playing a team a second time as well?
Well, I think the positives are you're familiar with your opponent. I think your preparation is probably a little easier, and you've got more of a relationship with them, so you kind of know what they do and what they're going to do, or what you have. At least you have an idea. I know they're going to change some things and try to add a few wrinkles, but disadvantages are just what I said earlier. Just being motivated to play a team they've already played, and we beat them pretty good. And really, the score was no indication of their level of play. I mean, they're really good. So our guys, can't take them lightly. So I think that puts us at a disadvantage in that area.
Defensively, you guys were able to stop the run-heavy Parkersburg South team, really make them one-dimensional. Also, because of getting up on them early, it seemed like they had to become one-dimensional as well. What is the game plan heading into this week for a team that maybe is a little bit more balanced?
Yeah, I think we just have to be solid on defense like we have all year. Jefferson has been really good at big plays. They get a lot of big plays, so we got to eliminate the big plays. I know they're going to get a few, but we try to eliminate big plays and try not to commit a lot of penalties. And get out of third and long situations, get our defense off the field so we can get the ball and try to move the ball.
All right, any final thoughts on this week's matchup, Coach Walker?
No, that'll be it.
All right, let's get to our fun question of the week then. How about that? Favorite football movie of all time and why?
Everybody's All-American, little-known movie, 1985, Dennis Quaid, John Goodman. And I don't know why. I'm not really sure, but you'd have to watch. You ever heard of it?
I actually have not.
Check it out. It's a pretty good one.
That's the second one that I have to go back and watch now, so appreciate the time as always, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you.
That was our Coaches Interviews brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg. They became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons back for more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show after this. You're tuned into West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family. And we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from one location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs. Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
This is Eric at Hancock Chevrolet. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hancock Chevrolet, it is that easy. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hancock Chevrolet will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time in a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Cumberland to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hancock Chevrolet absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HancockChevy.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want, and your new ride will be delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
We welcome you back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time to go in the huddle for our player interviews, brought to you by the Mary's Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Jefferson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Call them at 304-263-4343. I'm now joined by Jefferson Cougar Keyshawn Robinson. Keyshawn, your team last week getting that playoff win at home. Just talk us a little bit through that game.
I think we played with high intensity. We came out strong. We started off quick. We was going good on defense, getting good stops. We was doing our thing, I think we did our job, and which helped us win our game.
And that crosses round one off the list. Now round two, it's a rematch against Martinsburg. Looking back at a few weeks ago when you guys did take on Martinsburg, what do you think went well for your team and maybe some things that you guys need to change this week?
I think mentally, we was all there together, we worked as a team, but I think we started to fall apart. We started missing tackles and stuff, but I think there's little things we need to work on that we could just perfect, and we can bring that out on the field and come back and win.
With it being Martinsburg again the second time around, just tell us a little bit about the rivalry on your guys' side and how much it means to you and the team.
Well, I think it means a lot. It means a lot to come out here and just work our best. We a senior. We try to do our thing for our last year, win the game against Martinsburg, do our thing, and I think we have a chance to beat them.
And with that, you also got a chance at history for the school as well, not only beating Martinsburg, but potentially with that win, making it to the state semifinal, something that the school hasn't had from a football program. How much would that mean being a part of that team?
I think it'd be pretty great, you know, because like you said, we haven't made it to the semifinals in I don't know how long, but I think it'd be a great opportunity to make it that far, and just, especially with this team, you know, it's a new family, and I think working together as a team, just it'll come all together.
With it being the playoffs, how much has maybe the practices and the intensity stepped up in the mentality in this team?
I think we've all started to step up. The intensity's been at a good standard, and I think that Hunter's just been getting on us every day, every single practice, just been trying to make us work harder and do our best, make sure we're locked in and focused, trying to do whatever we can to just beat this team and just make it to past what we made it last year.
Last time we talked to you, it was during the preseason, talking a little bit about some of the goals that you had in place for you and the team. Just give us an update. How much of those goals have you guys accomplished, and what are still left on the table?
I think we made a big goal making it to the second round so far. So I think that's one good goal we made. We've came out with 9-2. That's a good goal we made so far, and I think we still got little things to work on, like I said, but I think we're doing pretty good as a team so far.
How about some of those personal goals for yourself?
I've gotten more receptions than I had over the last other 3 years that I've been here, and I think I've gotten a good amount of touchdowns, good rushing, good receiving. I think I've reached a good goal that I wanted to reach.
What are you most excited for this week against Martinsburg?
I'm ready for offense, just to give you some touchdowns. That's what I'm ready for.
All right, man, anything else?
No, thank you.
Appreciate the time and best of luck against the Bulldogs.
Thank you.
So now joined in the huddle by Martinsburg Bulldog quarterback and safety Murphy Clement. Murphy, let's get into last week's game. You guys dominating win against Parkersburg South. For you specifically, 5 touchdown passes, 1 rushing touchdown as well. Just talk us through your performance.
Yeah, we came out hard, hungry. We've been talking about it all week. If we want to beat that team, we have to come out starting hot, and that's what we did. And being able to have like all my teammates around doing what they have to do, it was able to open up a lot of stuff for us.
Final few weeks of the regular season, a lot of people were kind of looking at the air attack and wondering maybe something was missing, and then absolute explosion in that win last week. Just talk to us about maybe the differences that you saw out there for your receivers.
Yes, sir. It just felt like everyone was like wanted it last week, and everyone was going hard in practice. Everyone was doing what they had to do, and everything just came together, and having all that together just opened up everything for us.
This week you guys are in the quarterfinals, get another home game. It's against the Jefferson Cougars, a team that you guys have already played this year. What are you hoping to replicate to get another win?
We just have to do what we have to do, and if we don't show up and show out, then they have a chance, because they got some guys too. So if we don't come to the game and do what we have to do, then it's going to be bad for us.
Who are some of those guys on their side that you feel like you guys need to stop to get the win?
Obviously, Keyshawn, their running back, Roper, and their QB for sure. We stay on top of those guys. I think we got a good deal, but if not, then it's going to be hard.
What's the game plan going into this week?
Just dominate and do what we need to do and stay on top of everything and not like let up at all.
What are the goals, I guess, still left in place for this team for the remainder of the year?
Just win as much as possible and come out every day with everything we got and not take any days off and just win everything we can.
What are you most excited for in this week's game?
Honestly, probably playing them again, because the last time I played them, I had a pretty good game, but I would like to get everyone involved this game, and being able to play the EPAC team again in the playoffs is going to be good and fun. It's going to be another rivalry for that.
All right, Murphy, anything else, man?
No, sir.
Appreciate the time as always, and good luck.
Yes, sir, thank you.
That was our player interviews brought to you by the Mary's Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy, located at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Call them at 304-263-4343. Back for more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show after this. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Hello, and greetings from the Martinsburg High School Alumni Association.
Hi, I'm Anita Ridenour Cooper.
And I'm Larry Cooper, also known as Coach Coop. We're here to represent the MHS Alumni Association, and it's news time, and we would like to remind you
that there's now a new way to send your dues in, and it's through the website, which is www.mhsbulldog.alumni.com. That's MHSBULLDOGALUMNI.com, and it's a secure website. But we also still have the post office address, which is 3007, the post office box in Martinsburg, West Virginia, the zip code 25402. Now, we still have Dale Hicks as our treasurer. That's why we had that 007 in that post office box 3007. He's not James Bond, but we do have Dale Hicks.
So remember, the dues are $10, or if you're willing to give a little bit more, or we will accept any donations that will go toward the school and the kids for their scholarships. We need them to have it for their scholarships. And remember, the picture you have right here is we want the kids to be the top dog. So if you're willing to help us, let's be the top dog for MHS Bulldogs. We want to thank Colin and R&R and TV10, and we also want to thank the administration. So from the Alumni Association, thank you and help us.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency. BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. As we get ready for tonight's quarterfinal matchup between the Jefferson Cougars and your Martinsburg Bulldogs. Let's get tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. First, for the visiting Jefferson Cougars offense. Up front at left tackle, it's Jared Wilberger. At left guard, Quinton Goins. Your centers, Kip Waldeck. Right guard, Michael Graham. And right tackle, it's Wyatt Shively. Starting quarterback is Dylan Harridge. Running backs are Tayshawn Roper and Rodrigo Delgado. At wide receiver, it's Keyshawn Robinson, Jackson Rockwell, and Demarius Wallace. Defensively, with a three-man front for the Cougars, it's Jared Wilberger, Quinton Goins, and Noah Bajent up front. Your linebackers are Nolan Mielab, Stephen Cameron, Nasir Jacobs, Rodrigo Delgado. Your corners are Tayshawn Roper and Amarius Wallace. Your safeties are Keyshawn Robinson and Jackson Rockwell. Now for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, at left tackle it's E.J. Hendricks, left guard Brady Breeden, at center it's Peyton Kaufman, right guard Jashawn Reed, right tackle is Wes Hancock. Starting at quarterback is Murphy Clement, running backs Coy Fegan and Nick Buskey, and your wide receivers are Sherrod Musgrove, Buzz Dover, and Cash Gideon. Defensively, they go with Xerxes Yancey, Rashad Reed, Will Bass, and E.J. Hendricks. Up front, linebackers are Coy Fegan, Brady Heger, Italian Jacobs. Corners are Buzz Dover and Sherrod Musgrove. And your safeties are Cash Gideon and Murphy Clement. We'll step aside for our final 2-minute break and then be back for kickoff. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in 2 minutes.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
And that concludes today's pregame show.
We play every play like it's the most important play of the game. Let's go.
Coming up next, it's the starting lineups, opening kick, and play-by-play action of West Virginia high school football. Today's game is being brought to you by
Orsini's Home Store, Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, Bechtel Jewelers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, the Heffley Motor Company, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Chris Miller and the Dutch Miller Auto Group, Ollie's VIP Lounge, and the Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance Agency.
And now, let's go back to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Welcome back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium for the quarterfinal matchup between the Jefferson Cougars and the undefeated Martinsburg Bulldogs as both teams wait to come out onto the field. Let's get tonight's keys to the game, as the key to your next car is brought to you by the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, home of friends and family pricing. Dylan, tonight's keys to the game.
I'll start with Jefferson. I think that they need to utilize Keyshawn Robinson on offense more than they have, and they need to do it in a way that's not predictable. We've seen teams kind of focus in and know that if Robinson's in the backfield, that he probably gets the handoff. He needs to get his touches, but you need to make it in a way that's not predictable, at least in that sort of fashion, and try to win the time of possession. I think that's something that other teams have done to keep Martinsburg off the board when it comes to scoring as many points, is long drives to keep the Martinsburg offense off the field. For the Bulldogs, I think that they need to try to keep Dylan Harris in the pocket, make him throw the ball down the field. The scrambling attack for Jefferson was really some of their best offense in that first game against Martinsburg, and I think the Bulldogs need to stay disciplined. It's something that has been one of my keys for Martinsburg for a lot of these games so far. We saw last week the penalties reared their ugly head again, as they didn't do a great job of that last week. Even though it was a big win, it didn't end up coming back to bite them, but you never know when it could start to come back to bite you, especially if you turn it into a habit and you win this game and get into the last two games of the season.
As the team captains meet at the 50-yard line for the coin toss. It looks like Jefferson won the toss, the third in the second half. Let's get tonight's intro of game officials brought to you by Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons family owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg and Wooded Charlestown Ramsey, proudly serving the area since 1880. referee tonight is Eric Teeter. Umpire is Nathan Harper. Line judge is Dennis Stoddard. Head linesman is David Kersina. Field judge is Jeff Loeffler. Side judge is Rusty Vermillion. And your back judge is Shane Henderson. The visiting Jefferson Cougars in the maroon helmets, white jerseys with maroon numbers on the front and back outlined in the gold maroon pants. Martinsburg again this week going with the all-black uniform combo with orange numbers on the front and back outlined in white as we get set for opening kickoff, brought to you by CMA Honda of Winchester, located at 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward. The Jefferson marching band starts playing, try to fire up its crowd on the far side. A very good crowd coming from the Shenandoah Junction area tonight for the Jefferson Cougars. A good crowd as well on hand down below us on the Martinsburg side. As the kicking team goes out onto the field for Jefferson, it will be Anthony Berner on the kickoff, it looks like, for the Cougars. The return team breaks the huddle for Martinsburg. Back to return will be all by himself, Sarad Musgrove, and he'll line up at the 16-yard line as of right now, kind of over towards the right hash mark. Now going back to that left side is, looks like Coy Fagan as well to be a return man for the Bulldogs. We get ready for quarterfinal action in Class AAA. Winner of this one heads to the semifinals and awaits tomorrow's winner between Huntington and Spring Mills, as that game will take place in Huntington at 1:30. Our opening kick is off. It's a high end over end kick that is short to the far side of the field. Caught by Coy Fagan, who now tries to reverse field to the near side, following the block of Musgrove. Cuts upfield at the 30. The 40 has the kicker to beat at the 50 now. To the 40 of Jefferson. Keyshawn Robinson trying to catch him. He can't do so. 20, 10, 5. And Coy Fagan takes it back for a touchdown on the opening kickoff. 11:45 to go in the first. The Bulldogs say, let's get this started. 6-0 over Jefferson.
We saw a couple instances in the first game between these two teams where it looked like something like this was going to happen for Martinsburg, and then Keyshawn Robinson comes out of nowhere and chases down the ball carrier to keep the ball out of the end zone, but he just barely missed this time. I don't know if he went for the tackle too early and he could have chased him down a little more, if Coy Fagan was just too fast.
Cody Page on to attempt the extra point. Fagan on to hold after that kickoff return. Snap is back, and the extra point kick is up through the uprights and good, making it 7-0. Martinsburg will step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. A hearty meal of 12 pieces for $12 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $12.
We welcome you back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. If you're just tuning in, you missed a kickoff return for a touchdown by Coy Fagan of Martinsburg. Give the Bulldogs a 7-0 lead over Jefferson as Collins now goes with a short end-over-end kick. That will be fair caught by Jefferson on the far side of the field at the 28-yard line for the Cougars. So that's where the offense will come out on first and 10, 11:43 in this opening quarter of play.
Well, we thought we were going to see the Martinsburg offense first, but Coy Fagan took care of that issue. So now Dylan Harrich gets to see the field first. We'll see what he can do.
3 foot 11:43.
And with the fair catch, they ask the clock operator to add 2 more seconds back onto the clock. So it will be 11:45 on the first quarter clock.
Yeah, clock shouldn't have run.
1st and 10 at the 27 for Jefferson as Harwich has a running back to his left. 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. As they tried to get Martinsburg to jump, they'll now get set. Harwich sends a man in motion, gets the snap, dropping back to pass, and will have to scramble as he felt the pressure of E.J. Hendricks. He goes to the left side hash marks, gains 8 yards before being tackled by Martinsburg to make it 2nd down and 9.
Boy, I thought there might have been a face mask there. Someone got up towards the helmet of Dylan Harwich, but from our vantage point, hard to tell if it's just touching the helmet or if he actually grabbed the face mask.
2nd down and 9 at the 28. Harwich has Roper at running back. He'll now go with 2 receivers to the right side. 1 to the left and kind of lined up to that left side of the line. Now sending in motion to the right side of the line is Robinson. It's a halfback toss from Harwich to Roper, and Roper's tackled in the backfield. And that is a loss on the play of 2. Xerxes Yancey in on the tackle for Martinsburg, making it 3rd down and 11. 10:45 to go in the opening quarter. It's Martinsburg 7, Jefferson nothing.
Well, we always talk about it's so hard to run the ball on Martinsburg. They've given up 35.9 rushing yards per game so far this year.
Snap to Harwich, he drops back the pass, and the pass short, intended for a wide-open receiver. Jackson Rockwell on the near side bounces in front of him, and that will be a 3 and out for Jefferson's opening drive as the punt team comes out for the Cougars.
Yeah, just a errant throw there from Harwich. He had his man open. It would have been a 1st down, not sure, depending on how the tacklers closed in, but just wasn't able to make it on target.
Punt team out onto the field as the punt by Goins is a booming kick over the head of Buzzed over, and he bobbles it. Jefferson fall on top of it. They did at the 32-yard line. The Cougars recover, and they get the ball on the muff by Buzzed over. Nolan Milam in to make the recovery.
It's just a mistake from Dover. He kind of undershot where the ball. It was a good punt. It started going back up for it, made it a little tougher to catch, and he just couldn't quite do it.
So Jefferson now has the ball in Martinsburg territory, 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line of the Bulldogs. The snap to Harwich, he hands it off to Roper. Roper tries to go up the middle and will gain about 3, make it 4 yards on the run. Bring up a 2nd down and 7. They only give him 3. I thought Forward Progress might have got him for it. Actually, no, that's a much better spot than I anticipated. They say he was down at the 29. I thought they were going to put him at the 30.
They gave him a full 4 yards there.
Under 10 minutes in the first quarter. You got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, that being Rockwell. Harwich looks over to the far side for the play call. He now sends Roper in motion, fires it underneath. It's complete, but immediately being met by Murphy Clement for a loss of 3 on the play to bring up 3rd down and 9. They tried to go kind of with that motion screen, and Martinsburg with the press coverage, cover 0, read that well.
Yeah, Clement just blew up the block from the wide receivers. And again, you got those screen passes. Stuff like that can happen because you're asking wide receivers to block on the outside. That's not why they're playing the position. You know, they're not doing it because of their blocking prowess.
3rd down and 9. Harwich gets the snap, rolls out to his right, looking downfield, avoids pressure, and just throws that one to the Jefferson sideline, and it goes incomplete. Bring up 4th down, and that's intentional grounding.
He didn't get the ball anywhere near the line of scrimmage when throwing it out of bounds.
About 6 yards behind it, so that'll back up Jefferson for the 4th down. We'll see if they bring the punt team back out onto the field or if they go for it. And right now, slowly making their way onto the field after the penalty is marked off is that punt team for the Cougars. 8:59 to go in quarter number 1. It is Martinsburg 7, Jefferson nothing. in the Class AAA quarterfinal matchup. The intentional grounding puts the ball at Jefferson's 49-yard line.
That's marked off.
Back to punt.
It's marked off as about a 19-yard penalty for the intentional grounding.
This time, instead of Dover back to return, it's Murphy Clement in his place. Is this one a high punt that they're going to let bounce in between Clement and Musgrove? And now confusion. Somebody thought that Martinsburg touched it, and one of the Bulldogs dove for it, and we'll see if they say he touched it and it's recovered by Jefferson, or if he missed it, as trying to fall on top of that was Washington.
They say it's Martinsburg ball. Jefferson thought it hit off the leg or the foot of a Martinsburg player. The officials are going to say that it didn't.
The ball is dead at the site of first touching by
So 8 minutes, 49 seconds in the first quarter. Martinsburg's offense will have the ball at its 11-yard line as disaster avoided there. Again, almost looking like we were going to have a muffed punt.
They sent back Musgrove there, too. Not just Clement.
Gets the snap. Play action pass as a man wide open in the middle of the field, but he throws it low as the pass intended for Musgrove falls incomplete at the 21-yard line to bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, they used the rolling pocket, which they used a lot last week, and Clement got a little bit of pressure in his face. He tried to stop and plant his feet and make that throw. I think he was a little off target.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Clement. He's got Fegan lined up to his right. 2nd down and 10. 10 seconds to go on the play clock now as they get the play call in and get set. Snap back to Clement. He'll hand it off to Fegan, and Fegan goes up the middle and tries to slip through a tackle. He'll stumble his way forward for a few extra yards after being tripped up at the 19-yard line. So that'll pick up 7 to make it 3rd down and 3.
Might even give him 8 there.
Let's make it 3rd and 2 on the 8-yard run by Fegan.
Very good run. That's running the ball in 2nd and 10 is always risky business because it's not a big play potential a lot of times, but they got it done.
Clement will get the snap, run up the middle, bounce off a tackle, now juke past another, but is tackled from behind out across the 30 at the 33-yard line as a penalty marker, however, back at the line of scrimmage when the ball was being snapped. Now it looks like it's a false start that will be called against Martinsburg to make it a 3rd down and 7 at the 14.
Is legal formation.
Replay, 3rd down.
It's the same hand motion as false start, though.
Okay, so 8 minutes, 2 seconds to go in this first quarter. It's Martinsburg 7, Jefferson nothing as the lone touchdown off the opening kick by Coy Fegan.
3rd down, 7.
So now it's a very different play call, most likely, from 3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7 at the 14 of Martinsburg. 2 receivers to each side for Clement. Fegan to his right. He gets the snap, rolls out to his right, looking downfield, pauses, and now has to throw it to Musgrove, and he catches it. The 25 on the near sideline is pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line by Tayshawn Roper, but that is a 1st down Martinsburg on the 26-yard gain.
That is a tough throw from Clement. I didn't think he was going to fit it into that window, and he just barely did. Maybe if a Jefferson defender turns around and sees the ball coming the entire way, he's able to adjust.
Make it a 25-yard completion. They say he stepped out of bounds at Martinsburg's 39-yard line. 7:35 to go in our opening quarter. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Clement. Snap back from Kaufman. He'll hand it off to his running back, Coy Fegan, who goes up the middle. He's tackled by Nolan Mielib. At only a 2-yard gain, making it 2nd down and 8. Nolan Mielib has 117 tackles on the season coming in to tonight's game. One of the best in the Eastern Panhandle at linebacker.
Yep. He's all over the place. It's always important to have a guy like that you can rely on to get to the ball consistently and quickly.
2nd down at 7. They send a man in motion, fake the jet sweep. It's a quarterback keeper. Murphy Clement goes up the middle and is out across the 45-yard line and inside the 30 of Jefferson. I'll say he was tackled by the free safety in Tony Miller. looks like, at Jefferson's 29-yard line. So first down, Martinsburg.
It's a 29-yard gain as well. So athletic. He's the quickness, the acceleration to get through the line like that is impressive.
Excuse me, that's Tony Allen on the tackle as Clement now gets the snap, hands it off to Nick Buskey. Buskey breaks through one tackle, now goes into the scrum and tries to push for a few more yards. He stopped at the 26, so that's a 3-yard run by Nick Buskey, his first carry of the night. Make it second down and 7 with 6 minutes to go in this first quarter.
It's a very comfortable feeling from the Martinsburg offense right now. They're into their game plan. They really like to run the ball. And, oh boy, Murphy Clement getting sick on the field. We saw that earlier this year. Wow.
That'll cause Martinsburg to call a timeout. We'll take it with them, a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube. Back in a minute.
The challenges of tomorrow need a leader of character. A West Point graduate, a retired active duty Army veteran with 27 years of uniformed service, a battle-tested leader who knows what it means to serve. We need conservative Mac Warner. As a veteran, family man, and lifelong servant leader, Mac has the values and experience to fight for our children, our families, and our future. Mac Warner is ready to serve.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back after the timeout from Martinsburg. It's Coy Fegan at quarterback, as now we have a flag thrown as the snap came off, and it looks like it's a penalty against Martinsburg after the timeout, as it's a false start called against Martinsburg. Cash Gideon is called with a false start, one of the receivers, so that'll make it second down and 12 for Martinsburg at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's already
now
another penalty.
Whistle stops from the far side.
Now what are we doing?
Some confusion on where the ball potentially was supposed to be spotted. I think they crept it up about a half yard.
Already a couple penalties.
Fegan gets the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Run to his right. Try to follow the block of Buskey. Bounces off a tackle. Steps over another dive. And out across the 30 goes Fegan. Will be stopped at the 29-yard line. 3-yard run. So now Clement comes back in after that at quarterback. They make it 3rd and 10. 5:30 to go in the first quarter. It's Martinsburg 7, Jefferson nothing.
It's good to see. We saw that earlier in the year against Hedgesville, and he had to come out for an entire drive, but luckily it was only one play this time.
Clement gets the snap. It's quarterback keeper. He goes through the left side of the line and just barely stops shy of the first down. The 21-yard line, so an 8-yard run will make it 4th down and 2 as Martinsburg goes no huddle, trying to go quickly here on this 4th down. 2 receivers to each side from Clement in shotgun formation. Gets the snap, keeps it himself, has a great block in front of him, and picks up the first down by a yard as he leaps forward at the 16-yard line. So first down, Martinsburg in the red zone now, up 7-0 against Jefferson.
Running the ball with Clement is working out pretty nicely right now. So this is a running team. They feel most comfortable when they can churn the ball down the field with Clement and Fegan and Buskey.
2 receivers bunched together on each side. Now sends Fegan in motion. It's a jet sweep from right to left, and Fegan splits the blockers and goes into the end zone for his second touchdown of the day for Martinsburg with 4:19 to go. It's now 13-0 Bulldogs on top of the Cougars in our opening quarter.
Well, we saw them add that wrinkle to the offense last week against Park South, using Coy Fegan in the slot and having him motion into the backfield on some jet sweep type plays, whether they actually handed it off to him or used him as a decoy. This time, they gave him the handoff, and he's having himself a great game so far.
Snap is back for the point after attempt, and the kick is up from Page and good, making it 14-0. Martinsburg leads Jefferson back in a minute. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway and 1/2 hour drive from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Welcome back as the kick already off. It's fair caught at the 27-yard line by Jefferson. As they are down 2 touchdowns now against Martinsburg as we get our scoring drive summary brought to you by Paul Espinosa for State Senate, an effective fiscally conservative voice for the 16th District.
It was a 90-yard drive. We don't see Martinsburg have to go the whole length of the field a lot of times. 8 runs, 2 passes, ending with the 17-yard run on the jet sweep by Coy Fagan. Second touchdown of the game.
And that makes it 14-0 Martinsburg on top of Jefferson. 4 minutes, 19 seconds to go in this first quarter. It is 1st and 10 for the Cougars. As Harich gets the snap, he'll hand it off to his running back, Tayshawn Roper. Roper has space on the far side and will be pushed out of bounds at the 35-yard line, it looks like, unless they say he stepped out sooner or if they stopped the play before it occurred. Everybody kind of lackadaisical back into the spot, and it does look like the run counted.
Second and 5.
It's a 5-yard run, making it now 2nd down and 5. Play action pass. It's a wide receiver screen to the near side, caught by Robinson. Robinson down the near sideline, tries to tiptoe that sideline, but they say he stepped out of bounds at the 43-yard line. It's enough for a Jefferson first down.
That's the kind of thing that they need to do with Robinson more. Get the ball out into his hands. Bubble screen like that. Not putting him in the backfield at running back and handing it off to him every time that he's back there. Get him the ball. No, use decoys. Bring it. Do what Martinsburg just did with Coy Fagan. Use jet sweep motion with him. Don't always hand it off to him. Sometimes you can be a decoy.
Harich alone in the backfield, now throws the pass to the far side, but it's behind his intended receiver, that being the running back, Tayshawn Roper, who was in motion to the right side. It goes incomplete, making it 2nd down and 10 with 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go in quarter number 1. First quarter presented by the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, home of Friends and Family Pricing, as well as Brown Funeral Home and Cremation Drop at Fields & Sons, family-owned full-service funeral home that's proudly served the area since 1880. 14-0's your score here at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium in Martinsburg as the Martinsburg Bulldogs lead the Jefferson Cougars. Man in motion from right to left. Harich gets the snap, throws the pass, has a man open, but it's right in front of him. He has to try to extend, but it falls incomplete. It's the pass intended for Jackson Rockwell, the sophomore for the Cougars. They'll make it a 3rd down and 10.
Harich
just tried to lead that one away to avoid the corners.
Yeah, he was going for the right thing there. He was throwing it to the outside shoulder of the receiver, which is what you're supposed to do there. It just wasn't a very accurate throw.
Martinsburg crowd trying to make some noise for this 3rd down. Harich gets the snap. It's a play-action pass. He's looking in the seam, and it's caught by Keyshawn Robinson. He has the first down, now trying to be spun around. He gets spun 3 times before finally going down on that far side of the field. And that is a 11-yard gain, making it 1st down Jefferson with 3 minutes, 27 seconds to go. They have the ball at the 44-yard line here in quarter number 1.
That was a nice pass. Robinson only just barely got his head turned around in time to get that one.
Jefferson working it quickly now. Play action pass to Roper in and out of his hands and falls to the turf incomplete, making it 2nd down and 10.
I think that one was an RPO. They had Roper out in the slot and Robinson in the backfield. Pulled the ball out of the chest of Robinson and tried to throw a little hitch route to Roper, but he just couldn't bring in the catch. It only would have been about 2 or 3 yards, probably would have been tackled right away.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. It's a screen pass to the running back in motion. Tayshawn Roper bounces off a tackle now, makes his way over to the near side, and just steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line of Martinsburg. So that a pickup of 5 to make it 3rd down and 5.
Jefferson is showing some more creativity with what they're doing with their playmakers than they did in the first game. Using Roper in the slot, using Robinson in the backfield, moving guys around. These are athletic guys. These are chess pieces. You can move in different directions. Just it doesn't have to be a straight handoff to your running back every time.
3:02 in quarter number 1. It's Martinsburg 14, Jefferson nothing. Dylan Harrich gets a man to jump as that's Tay Cofield.
That's a first down.
And that 5-yard penalty, it should be enough for a Jefferson first down. You're correct. Our apologies. They actually say a false start against Jackson Rockwell called first, as he was the receiver farthest away on that far side of the field from our viewpoint as we were looking within that line and clearly saw Cofield jump but did not see Rockwell jump.
That's a bit of a break for Martinsburg, honestly. Defensive line jumped.
3rd and 11. Eric sends Rockwell in motion. That's the snap, looking to the near side now. Rolls out to his right, looking downfield. Stops, trying to get his receivers open. Avoids pressure and just has to throw that one away at the feet of Roper as he was being brought down, and that'll make it 4th down.
Oh, they ran a classic 4 verts there. All the receivers were going deep down the field, and they were all covered. There was no real check down option until that very last second for Harris, or at the very least, he didn't look for the check down to Roper until very late. He was trying to direct his receivers down the field, point them in a direction to get them open, but it was man-to-man. They were all covered.
Quentin Goins to punt now for Jefferson as Martinsburg brings everybody up, expecting potentially a fake punt. It's the punt. A high, beautiful punt that will bounce inside the 10 and roll into the end zone for a touchback. 2 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. It is Martinsburg 14, Jefferson nothing, as the Bulldog offense will have the ball with a 1st and 10 after the touchback at the 20. So now we have a sideline warning called against Jefferson. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. John Alderton, our on-site producer. Matt Miller's our sideline reporter / cameraman. Main cameraman's Daryl Miller. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini, as you'll hear from him at halftime with some other playoff scores from around the state. AAA, AA, single A as well, potentially. 2 receivers lined up to each side of Murphy Clement. He has Coy Fegan at running back to his left in shotgun formation. As snap from Kaufman to Clement. It's a quick pass for the screen on the left side of the field. Caught, and in between the blockers goes the receiver out across the 30s, pushed out of bounds. And that should be enough for a Martinsburg first down at the 31-yard line, an 11-yard completion. As it looks like, I think that was Buzz Dover making the reception.
Yeah, he took one of those screen passes to the house last week against the Parkersburg South defense. It's good tackling by Keyshawn Robinson there to make sure he didn't do something similar, get more than just a first down.
So now Dover, the lone receiver to the left. You have 3 receivers lined up to the right of the formation, that being Gideon, Musgrove, and Jacobs. Clement at quarterback. Coy Fegan at running back to his right side. 3 seconds to go on the play clock. They get the snap off. It's a throw caught by Musgrove, and Musgrove run upfield, tackled at the 44-yard line of Martinsburg, and that another first down on the pass for the Bulldogs.
Musgrove actually had to adjust to that ball in the air. The screen pass wasn't exactly where he was posting up at. But it hung up in the air long enough that he could make the play. Had good balance, not fall over. He almost did. Great in the open field.
Minute 30 to go in this first quarter. Ball at the 45. Jefferson goes with a blitz and just avoiding the rush of Nasir Jacobs, who came untouched on the left edge, was Fegan, but he's only able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And that brings up 2nd and 10.
Luckily, they had a cutback block coming across the line, or else that would have been a Jadeveon Clowney, South Carolina versus Michigan type of play, potentially.
Jacobs does have the hair, kind of like Clowney. So
that's what made me think of it.
Looks like Jefferson might try to send the pressure again, and this time Martinsburg's going to counter and adjust the play call, it looks like. Snap to Clement. He'll hand it off to Buskey. Buskey goes to the left side, stiff arms the man now at the 50-yard line. Brought down by a few Cougars. They say his forward progress got him to Jefferson's 49-yard line. So that again is 6. Will make it 3rd down and 4. 30 seconds to go on the game clock. 30 now on the play clock, so about a 3 or 4 second difference. We'll see if Martinsburg decides to take one more play here in the first quarter, or if they'll let the clock expire and go into the end, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. So at the end of quarter number 1, it is Martinsburg 14, Jefferson nothing. We'll step aside and take a 1-minute break, then be back for quarter number 2. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Welcome back for quarter number 2. It is Martinsburg leading Jefferson in the quarterfinal matchup 14-0 after 1. Martinsburg ball, 3rd down and 4 at Jefferson's 49-yard line. 3 receivers for the black and orange on the right, 1 to the left. It's Clement. Shotgun formation as Buskey lined up to his left. He gets the snap, fakes the handoff to Buskey. It's a read option for Clement. He has 2 blockers in front of him on the near sideline. Now jukes to the right and will pick up the 1st down as he's pushed out of bounds at the 41-yard line. So an 8-yard run by the quarterback, Murphy Clement, makes it 1st and 10 Martinsburg.
Bulldogs offense has been great so far. That's the 11th carry of the game on the ground, and that's 90 rushing yards for the Bulldogs. Murphy Clement's also 3 for 4 passing with 50 yards.
1st and 10. As Kaufman snaps it back to Clement. He'll hand it off to Nick Buskey. Buskey cuts right, then cuts left, tries to go up the middle. Didn't have much space, but he was able just to pick up 3 yards on the run, making it 2nd down and 7.
And Nick Buskey, Martinsburg averaged 8 yards per carry in that first quarter. Nick Buskey's been averaging 8 yards per carry for the entire season. Surprisingly, his 3 carries so far have only gone for 12 yards. He's been the one that hasn't really gotten it going so far too much.
Jefferson really trying to pack that box. 2 receivers to each side now for Martinsburg. Mike gets a snap, dropping back to pass, pump fake, steps up in the pocket, throws it deep on the far side, and in and out of the hands, it looks like, of Buzz Dover, who was right at the goal line. It's incomplete as that pass will bring up down and 7. It's Cash Gideon, the intended receiver, actually, on that far side.
They tried to do the old fake screen play with the wheel route or the 9 route down the field, streaking towards the end zone, just barely out of the reach of Gideon. It might have been right between his hands. It was very close.
Big 3rd down and 7 at the 38-yard line of Jefferson for Martinsburg's offense. Clement gets the snap, he'll hand it off to Buskey. Buskey bounces off Wes Hancock, following his blocker now at the 20. Inside the 15, he's tackled from behind, but that a big run to make it a first down for Martinsburg. Great blocking downfield by Wes Hancock. So immediately got into that secondary to let Buskey do the same.
Right, running great into that second and third level blocking. So much for Buskey not having things going so far. 25 yards on that one.
First and 10 at the 13. Clement gets the snap. He'll keep it himself, go up the middle, cut to his left, inside the 5, and is tripped up at the 5-yard line where his knee was brought down. So that yard gain for Martinsburg will make it second down and 2. 10 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's Martinsburg 14, Jefferson nothing.
And Murphy had 50 rushing yards on his first 4 carries on the ground. And there's another 8 yards there.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Clement. He's got Nick Buskey running back to his right. Kaufman snaps it back to Clement. He'll hand it off to Buskey. But this time the defensive line of Jefferson is strong as Jared Wilberger sheds off his blocker and wraps up Buskey and drags him down. And that a loss, it looks like, of 1 on the play, making it third down and 3.
Yeah, one of my keys to this game for Jefferson was to win the time of possession battle, and that's absolutely not been the case so far. Martinsburg dominating time of possession.
Everybody packs together now for this third down for Martinsburg. So they have 6 men up front on that line. Clement, that's the snap, keeps it himself, goes up the middle, lowers his shoulder, and it looks like he might have the first down by half a yard.
He's like right at the marker is where they're placing it from the looks of things.
9 minutes to go. Second quarter, we wait to see where they officially spot it, and they say he actually was half a yard short. So this is a 4th down for Martinsburg.
You have to get this. Have to get this for Jefferson.
The 3. Mike gets the snap, goes up the middle, and it looks like they might have stopped him. Didn't see who came off that right edge.
I think he lost half a yard.
But whoever it was for Jefferson was able to get the tackle, and now we have a late flag throw, and I think that was Jacobs that somehow grabbed the feet of Clement and stopped it. So it should be a turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike offense, number 55. 15-yard penalty, first down.
So turnover on downs, and then after the play, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty called against LaDanian Weller of the Bulldogs. So Jefferson has the goal line stand, keeps it 14-0 Martinsburg. We'll have the ball with a 1st and 10 now for the Cougars as we wait to see. It looks like at the 19-yard line is where the penalty is tacked off.
Well, there was going to be a silver lining to that turnover on downs that Jefferson was backed up against their goal line, but again, you don't stay disciplined, and you get yourself a dumb penalty.
Direct snap to Robinson, who was in the backfield. He now dashes over to the left side and is able to kind of create his own space, go out of bounds after a 2-yard run, making it 2nd and 8. 21. It's Malachi Williams, the final one to kind of usher Robinson out of bounds.
Jefferson still has to get something going on offense. They haven't really done a whole lot of anything. Harrich has made a couple good throws down the field.
Now a flag thrown from the far side official, and it looks like that one going to be called against Jefferson. It's a false start penalty, backing up the Cougars 5 yards. 8 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the second quarter. Your second quarter brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com, as well as Skinner and Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. Again, 14-0 Martinsburg, currently on top of Jefferson in quarter number 2. Second down and 12 at the 17-yard line. Man in motion from left to right. Harrich gets the snap, rolls out to his right. Tries to throw a pass to the man in motion. That being, it looks like Delgado. Actually,
Caleb Shelton.
Caleb Shelton bounces off his hand and falls incomplete.
The throw could have been a little more on target. Shelton had to reach down towards his thighs or knees to catch that one, but you still got to bring that one in.
3rd and 12 now for Jefferson. Harris gets the snap, rolls to his right, and is sacked. Rashad Reed brings him down for a 8-yard loss. And that'll bring up 4th and very long as the punt team now has to come out.
Well, that's part of the reason that the rushing yards have been so low for Martinsburg's defense is they've gotten themselves sacks that count towards it. And Rashad Reed, that's his 6th sack of the season, his 18th tackle for loss.
Quick score update in the 1 versus 8 matchup. Bridgeport currently leads Cabell Midland 14-13 in the 2nd quarter.
Ooh.
Nick Verslini will have some other scores for you later on here.
Timeout, Jefferson.
As Jefferson calls the timeout, we'll take it with him a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
We welcome you back as Jefferson getting set to punt. It's Goins punting out of his own end zone. He sends it away, almost blocked. It's a high, wobbly punt that is fair caught by Surratt Musgrove at Jefferson's 45-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs in quarter number 2. 6 minutes, 51 seconds remaining. It's Martinsburg 14, Jefferson nothing.
Jefferson, they're going to have to get things going on offense quick because you're now down 2 scores. Martinsburg has the ball. They've gotten to the point where they can potentially start to pull away.
2 receivers bunched together on each side. Clement in shotgun formation. Buskey lined up to his left. Sends a man in motion for right left. It's a motion screen caught by Gideon, and Gideon is pushed out of bounds on the near sideline by Robinson. And they'll say he was brought out at the, looks like, 37-yard line. So that an 8-yard gain for Martinsburg on the 1st and 10 to make it 2nd down and 2.
The quick passing game a lot of times can be like some extended handoffs. That's why you can move guys like Tayshawn Roper around and throw bubble screens out to him. It can accomplish the same sort of thing. Get the ball quickly into the hands of a fast player, an athletic player.
High snap brought down. And again, they do that motion, and this time it's a pass. It looks like the Musgrove, and he's able to pick up the 1st down on the near sideline. Stays in bounds. He was tackled by Wilberger, and that is a 1st and 10 for Martinsburg at the 34-yard line of Jefferson.
They brought him in what they call orbit motion behind the quarterback, and then threw the backwards pass to him, so technically a rush there for Musgrove.
6 minutes, 10 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Clement pump fakes, now looks downfield. Jacobs wide open in the middle of the end zone, but he's overthrown. And that makes it 2nd and 10.
Tyon Jacobs isn't quite as fast as Surratt Musgrove or Buzz Dover or Cash Gideon, so if you don't get a lot of reps throwing that ball to that particular receiver, if you're Murphy Clement, then you may not have the timing down, to like know the speed of your wide receivers, to know what sort of touch you need to throw on the ball.
6 minutes, 5 seconds left in the second quarter. 2 receivers to each side for Clement. Looks to his left, now looks to his right. The orbit motion, but this time he hands it off to Nick Buskey. Buskey bursts upfield through that offensive line with some great blocking by Hendricks, Reed, and Hancock. Excuse me, Yancey and Hancock. Is that a pickup of 7 to make it 3rd down and 3?
And again, the rush on 2nd and 10 works out.
27.
2 receivers to the left and right, bunched together, lined up behind one another. Clement sends Musgrove in motion. A jet sweep from left to right. Musgrove slips through a tackle. No, it was actually a quarterback keeper. They had me fooled, and the Jefferson defense too, as quarterback keeper for Clement goes up the middle inside the 20. He says, or excuse me, referees say he was brought down at the 19-yard line, so 1st and 10, Martinsburg.
That rush up the middle with Clement has worked wonders so far today. It's already the 5th time that Clement had a rush of 8 or more yards.
Everybody gets set. Under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Clement gets the snap, drops back the pass, pump fakes, adjusts his feet, now has to try to evade pressure, but he's going to be... They say his forward progress was stopped. For half a second, it kind of looked like it was, as he was in the clenches of Wilberger as well as Cameron. And the whistle blows the play dead, but he was able to slip out of that. And that's
they called him in the grass.
Most likely the right call in that situation.
Maybe. We'll put it to you this way. If those referees were officiating, was it Super Bowl 42, that helmet catch by David Tyree would have never happened.
2nd and very long now for Martinsburg. Clement hands it off to Buskey. Buskey cuts right, goes up the middle, and inside the 15, so he's able to pick up a chunk of yardage for the Bulldogs to make it 3rd and manageable now. With under 4 minutes to go before halftime. It's Martinsburg 14, Jefferson nothing.
Boy, it's really a luxury to be able to run the ball on 2nd and 20 and set yourself up for the 3rd and 5. It's the way that this team can run the ball.
2 receivers to each side. Clement tries to get Jefferson to jump off sides, is unsuccessful, as now the play call brought into the Bulldogs from the near sideline. Snap to Clement, it's quarterback keeper. He has a block in front of him and picks up the 1st down as he charges forward, lowers his shoulder, and is eventually stopped at that 6-yard line. That'll keep the clock moving now. A whistle now will stop the clock too. So we have
injury.
An official timeout for a
lineman
injured Martinsburg.
Or no, that's Murphy Clement.
We'll take an injury timeout for a minute. Step aside. We'll actually keep it here as Clement quickly back up onto his feet. So we'll keep it here instead of cutting the break, unless
it's Clement's walking off with a limp. I think they might have taken a timeout though.
Well, they're going to try to get the team back onto the field quickly, so we'll keep it here no matter what, as the referees say, let's go, let's go. 14-0, Martinsburg leads Jefferson. 3 minutes, 21 seconds in quarter number 2.
Bringing out Brian Dick to run at quarterback for this play.
1st and goal. The 6-yard line for Martinsburg. It's the freshman Brian Dick.
Coy Fagan off the field for this play.
It's Buskey to his left, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Dick keeping himself, run forward, trying to lower his shoulder now, tries to get a push from his lineman. It's a 2-yard run, making it 2nd to go at the 4. And now Murphy Clement comes back onto the field at quarterback for Martinsburg.
Yeah, Murphy got up off the field and walked off with a limp. Perhaps maybe just a twisted ankle, rolled ankle, cramp even. Whatever it was, he's well enough that he's back on the field.
And not sure why it was Dick out there instead of Fagan. Fagan you can see on the near sideline with his helmet on, but kind of in a back row behind the coaches.
Yeah, curious.
Now a timeout will be taken by Martinsburg. with 2 minutes, 22 seconds to go in quarter number 2. We'll take the 1 minute break with them. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from one location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
Back after the timeout for Martinsburg. They have 1 remaining. Jefferson still has 2 of its 3. Martinsburg breaks the huddle. Clement under center for the 2nd and goal. Landed off to Buskey. Buskey slips off a tackle and goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Martinsburg. 2 minutes, 19 seconds to go in quarter number 2. It's Martinsburg 20, Jefferson nothing.
Offensive line of the Bulldogs, just a bunch of road graders. They open up the holes incredibly well for Buskey and Fagan and Clement. And they do it well at the goal line, too, in that heavy package. It seems like it works almost every time.
Cody Page on to attempt the extra point now for the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Low snap. Kick, though, is good, making it 21-0. Step aside for another 1 minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
That will be fair caught on the near side of the field by Jackson Rockwell of Jefferson at the 28-yard line. Let's now get our scoring drive summary, Dylan.
Yeah, Martinsburg goes 12 plays on that drive. And again, a lot of rushing on that drive to get the ball down the field, using up a lot of clock. Only 2 minutes left to go, and it ends in a 4-yard touchdown by Nick Buskey.
Scoring drive summaries are brought to you by Paul Espinosa for State Senate, an effective fiscally conservative voice for the 16th District. It's 21-0 now. Martinsburg leads Jefferson in the quarterfinal matchup. 1st and 10, Harridge, empty backfield. It's a screen pass, caught by Roper to the left side, and Roper has a lot of space with some blockers in front of him. He's now out across the 50, eventually will go out of bounds, but that is a first down. Great opening play to this drive. Stops the clock with 2 minutes, 11 seconds. As they say, he stepped out right at that 50-yard line.
First and 10, Jefferson.
Officials spot the ball on the left hash. Jefferson now brings Roper to the right side of Harridge. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Harridge in shotgun formation. Get the snap from Waldeck, dropping back to pass. Has man open, and it's in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Keyshawn Robinson, making it 2nd down and 10.
Well, if he gets to the next level and he's a defensive back instead of a wide receiver, we'll know why. Obviously just kidding around. He's a very talented player. But, yeah, you got to catch that one. It's a good throw by Harridge.
Umbrellas coming out here as the rain starts to fall. 2nd and 10. Erich tries to get somebody to jump and does so on fake snap cut. And that's a 5-yard penalty on the encroachment for Martinsburg.
5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd down and 5. 2 minutes, 7 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's Martinsburg 21, Jefferson nothing.
4th penalty on Martinsburg so far.
Erich gets the snap, dropping back the pass. And that pass picked off on the far side. Down the far sideline goes Martinsburg. Cutting in the middle of the field now and running into the end zone. Touchdown, Martinsburg. It's a pick 6 for Buzz Dover with 1:56 to go in quarter number 2. It's now 27-0 Martinsburg on top of Jefferson.
I think Dylan Harris just misread that play. I think he probably was going off the idea that he was going to throw that wheel route out of the backfield no matter what before the play started. And then Martinsburg looked like they were running cover 2 zone, Tampa 2. Buzz Dover was guarding the flat, the zone. He wasn't covering a man. So Harris tried to throw that wheel route. Dover was right there.
Kind of reminded me of his pick 6 against Musselman.
It did for me too. It was very similar.
It's the extra point kick by Page is deflected and will be no good as now a flag thrown.
Roughing.
Goins, it looks like, made contact with Page.
We'll get another shot at it.
Keep things here, it looks like. 27-0, 1:56 to go in the second quarter. So now the official comes over to talk with Coach Walker. We'll try to send it down to see if we can hear the penalty.
Into the kicker. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. Retry.
So running into the kicker is the call. So the retry. It's the flag picked up. Cody Page from Martinsburg will place the tee back down, this time at the 8-yard line. Retrack his steps for the PAT. And now we have an encroachment called against Jefferson.
Well, now you're going to get to the point where you might run out the offense, go for 2. You could just get close enough. Say, why not go for 1 yard? And see, I think that's what's about to happen.
Yep, you see Xerxes Yancey leading his way out onto the field for Martinsburg. Eventually being followed by Murphy Clement, Tyon Jacobs, and Buzz Dover. Waiting to see if anybody else follows as they huddle up. It'll be Clement jogging his way out to meet the huddle.
15 seconds left on the play clock already, though.
They quickly break the huddle ball at that half-yard line for the 2-point conversion. Clement goes under center, and he'll easily be pushed forward on the quarterback sneak to make it 29-0. Martinsburg leading Jefferson in quarter number 2. We'll take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Locust Hill Golf Course invites you to historic Charlestown, West Virginia for 18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore, D.C. Beltway and 1/2 hour drive from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300.
We're back at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. The sky is opened up, rain starting to fall, but that hasn't stopped Martinsburg. They lead Jefferson 29-0, and now they go with an onside kick, and that
more of a squib.
Fell on top of on the far side, almost going out of bounds. But they say it was recovered inbounds first, so no illegal procedure. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Jefferson at its 34-yard line with 1 minute and 56 seconds to go in the second quarter. Jefferson will also get the ball to start the second half.
156. This is one of those portions where you kind of have to be a passing team to get the ball down the field.
Now, the referee saying at least 1 second needed to be ran off the clock since it wasn't a out-of-bounds situation. So, minute 55 left on the clock. Snap to Harridge. Hands it off to Roper, and Roper goes up the middle into the secondary and is brought down at the 40-yard line. So, pickup of 6 on the run. Keeps the clock going. Brings up 2nd and 4. Jefferson going with the hurry-up offense now. And it's another handoff up the middle. And that only gets him 1 yard, making it 3rd down and 4. Or 3rd and 3, excuse me.
2-yard gain, 3rd down.
Ball at that 42-yard line. Clock continues to roll down inside a minute 20 now in the second quarter.
If you want to get points before the half, you're going to have to start throwing the ball.
Martinsburg looks like sending pressure. It's a pass that it's deflected, it looked like, maybe up front at the feet of Robinson. It'll fall incomplete to bring up 4th down and 3 as the clock now stops at a minute and 10 seconds to go in the second quarter. Now it's decision time. If you're Jefferson, do you punt it away, play the field position battle, or do you kind of go for it knowing that you're down 29-0, need points, but at the same time, if you don't get it, you give Martinsburg good field position? Looks like they might go for it. Harridge with the quarterback keeper, and he's going to be stopped very close to the 1st down marker, and it looks like they say he was just able to kind of nudge forward and pick it up by half a yard. So 1st down, Jefferson.
The ref on the near side originally only gave Harridge 1 yard, but the ref on the far side was closer to the play and gave him 2 yards in the 1st down.
Clock now at 45 seconds. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 1st and 10, the 45 of Jefferson. Harridge hands it off to Roper. Roper bounces off a tackle now, off to the races on the far side inside the 40, and will be pushed out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 34-second mark as he steps out of bounds around that 37-yard line of Martinsburg. So another 1st and 10 for Jefferson.
34 seconds. You have 2 timeouts. That's part of the reason that you can run the ball. It just does, potentially you don't get yourself very far down the field on a run.
Eric sends a man in motion, hands it off to Roper, and Roper is tackled in the backfield, a loss of 1 on the play. Clock rolling down, 25 seconds and continuing to tick.
Well, I was considering making the point that you can run the ball, but it's hard to do on this Martinsburg defense, and there's your example right there. And
Jefferson still has 2 timeouts, however, it looks like they're not going to use any.
They're just going to go into the half?
Looks like that might be the case, as both teams now making their way over to their respective sidelines. And the clock hits 0, so at the half it is Martinsburg 29, Jefferson nothing, as we now wait for David Walker, the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, to be joined by our sideline reporter Matt Miller down on the sideline. Matt, whenever you're ready, take it away.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Let's take it back to the opening kickoff. When that gets returned for a touchdown, what's that do for your team?
I can't hear a thing.
Hey, he's coaching them up. Hey, take us back to the opening kickoff. What's that do for your team?
Oh, it's a great momentum shift for us and a great way to get things started.
And then the last score is a defensive touchdown. What do you think about that side of the ball?
They're playing really well. I mean, we've kind of got a little last days going some 3rd downs there at the end, but we're playing pretty well.
In between, a couple of offensive scores, but you seem a little frustrated on that side of the ball.
Yeah, we're not doing things right. We're leaving a little bit to be desired. You turn the ball over and downs there inside the 3, and we're just sloppy and not organized. And it's my fault. We just don't look very good.
Go get him at the half, Coach. Thank you very much. Guys, back to you.
Thank you to the Hall of Famer Matt Miller as well as David Walker there. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back again. Your halftime score, Martinsburg 29, Jefferson nothing. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. A hearty meal of 12 pieces for $12 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $12.
We welcome you back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium in Martinsburg, West Virginia, as we have AAA quarterfinal football action for you at the half. It is number 30 Martinsburg, 29, number 6 Jefferson. Nothing. As our halftime show on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube is brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop, on-site producers John Alderton, sideline reporter / cameramans Nat Miller, main camera operators Daryl Miller, back in the studios Nick Verzolini. You'll hear from him after this with some scores around the state, some interesting ones in action right now. But first, let's get into our first half stats, brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state area, they have you covered.
Jefferson, no points up on the board so far. They've had a tough going on defense, or on offense. Dylan Harris is 5 for 14 with 46 yards and an interception. That was a pick six by Buzz Dover. He's also only carried the ball 3 times for -5 yards total, but -8 on a sack that he had. Tayshawn Roper has 7 carries for 30 yards. Keyshawn Robinson just 1 carry for 2 yards and 2 catches for 22 yards. Roper also has 3 catches for 24 yards himself. Murphy Clement on the Martinsburg side of things has only thrown the ball 7 times for 4 completions and 58 yards. He's run the ball 10 times for 66 yards, lost 10 yards on a sack. Coy Fagan, 5 carries for 31 yards and a rushing touchdown, also returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. Nick Buskey, 8 carries, 62 yards and a rushing touchdown for himself. Sherrod Musgrove, the only Martinsburg receiver with multiple catches, two of them for 39 yards.
So there you go. That's our first half stats, brought to you by Modern Realty Results, as the score 29-0. Martinsburg on top of Jefferson here in the EPAC rematch in the AAA quarterfinals, as winner of this one plays tomorrow afternoon's winner, as Huntington plays host to the Spring Mills Cardinals. We will not have coverage of that game on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Just logistically can't make the trip, obviously, here, and trying to get there for an afternoon game doesn't work, unfortunately. I don't know if anybody else around the state has coverage or not, but I know you can definitely look it up if you're so inclined. But let's step aside, take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from Nick Verzolini with some scores from around the state. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio, WRNR, WRNR TV on YouTube.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency. BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Adventure takes you here, but much of it starts right here in West Virginia, where Toyota has lived alongside hardworking West Virginians for over 25 years, investing over $2 billion in the Buffalo manufacturing plant and bringing in over 2,000 jobs. And that helps fuel the local economy. Thanks for making Toyota the #1 selling brand in West Virginia. See your dealer and start your adventure today. Toyota, let's go places.
We welcome you into the Extra Point Scoreboard Show here at the half. I'm Nick Verzolini, your host, and our score at the half between Martinsburg and Jefferson in the quarterfinals of the AAA playoffs. It is all Bulldogs currently. Martinsburg on top 29-0. The other AAA playoff games going on right now, Princeton leads Parkersburg in a good one, 21-16, and Bridgeport, the number 8 Indians, trying to pull off an upset over number 1 Cabell Midland, 21-13, the score there at the half. In what is 2 teams with a very similar offensive style, so the Bridgeport Indians currently up in that ball game. The other game in AAA will be played tomorrow between Spring Mills and Huntington, as Colin mentioned. We will not have coverage of that game. And as mentioned in our YouTube comments, the game is available on Video Productions, also on radio at WRVC 9:30 a.m. in Huntington. And I believe it will also be streamed on their Facebook page as well, so you can kind of check that one out if you are interested in the Spring Mills Huntington game tomorrow. Scores from the rest of AA and Single A in the state playoffs here tonight. A lot of those games in AA being played tomorrow. That includes North Marion and Herbert Hoover. But one game going on, Philip Barber, as well as Fairmont Senior going at it, is 35-0 Fairmont Senior at the half. Also tomorrow in AA, Weir takes on Scott, and in the second quarter right now, 14 Independence, where he leads 6 Winfield, 13-0. Single A, it's all Saturday games except for one, and that is Greenbrier West leading Wamaha 14-8. Also on Saturday, Cameron will take on James Monroe. Tug Valley takes on Tucker County, and East Hardy taking on Williamstown. So a lot of Saturday games across the state today to be checking out in double and single A, and one in AAA between, again, Huntington, Spring Mills. We will not have coverage of that one, unfortunately, but it will be available on the Video Productions YouTube channel. But moving forward, our score here at the half, Martinsburg 29, Jefferson nothing. We will take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll send it back to Colin and Dylan for the second half. This is West Virginia High School football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
WVU Medicine is pleased to introduce 8 new providers who've joined University Health Associates East and our medical staffs at Berkeley Medical Center and Jefferson Medical Center. Physician's Assistant Casey Wiebel, Emergency Medicine, Dr. Mark Seymour, Anesthesia, Dr. Farman Ali, Neurology, Dr. Christopher Redmond, Rheumatology, Dr. Sierra Hart, Emergency Medicine, Physician's Assistant Carly Kremer, Cardiology, Nurse Practitioner Jennifer Gorgal, General Surgery, and Nurse Practitioner Corey Lapai, OBGYN. Welcome to WVU Medicine.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football, Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney, Friday Night Lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for Steak Night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
We welcome you back here to the Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. At the half, it's Martinsburg 29, Jefferson nothing. And since we still have time, we'll send it down onto the field as the Martinsburg High School Marching Band is in its halftime show playing the Circle of Life. Martinsburg Bulldog Marching Band halftime show comes to a close as they play their Disney songs as they get set during spring break in April to go to Disneyland for a parade that they will get to take part in. So pretty cool for them, and best of luck when they get to go to Disney. So we now continue our Mansion Ferretti Law Firm halftime show on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube, and it looks like we now have the Velocity Dance team out there, so let's now send it down there for them. There you go. The Velocity Dance team of Martinsburg High wraps things up. We'll step aside, take a 3-minute break. Make it a 3-minute break, Nick, back at the studio. This is West Virginia High School playoff football. Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, a hearty meal of 12 pieces for $12 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $12.
This is Eric at Hancock Chevrolet. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hancock Chevrolet, it is that easy. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hancock Chevrolet will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time in a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Cumberland to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hancock Chevrolet absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HancockChevy.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want, and your new ride will be delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
The Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot are in a league of their own when it comes to rugged capability. Their relentless power and versatility make these vehicles the ultimate challengers for exhilarating adventures and formidable terrain. But it's not just performance that makes these cars special. It's the unwavering determination that inspires everything we do. That's why we're KBB.com's best value brand of 2023.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA's moving lives forward.
Available all-wheel drive on Pilot based on 2023 brand image awards from Kelly Blue Book. Visit kbp.com for more information.
Back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium as 3 minutes has just been added back up onto the clock to allow teams to stretch before half number 2, as it is Martinsburg leading Jefferson 29-0 at the half. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Our on-site producer is John Alderton. Sideline reporter / cameraman's Matt Miller. Daryl Miller's our main cameraman. Back in the studio is Nick Verzolini as E.J. Hendricks and Nolan Mielub, the captains, out at the 50-yard line now, talking with the referees, making sure they know which side to defend and who gets the second half kick, which will be the Jefferson Cougars. Dylan, any second half adjustments in your mind right now for either side?
It's tough to find a lot of things that Jefferson can adjust to because it hasn't exactly been a game plan issue for Jefferson. It's been more the execution side of things. Maybe they can try to find ways to get Dylan Harridge to use his legs a little more. He only had 3 carries in that half, so he didn't really get to use his legs to scramble around the way that he did in the first game. So that was an adjustment by Martinsburg. So they got to try to find some way to execute better. It's not so much the game plan, I don't think. They've been doing a good job of getting the ball out to their receivers. I mean, Keyshawn Robinson still only has 2 catches, 3 touches overall. So that's probably the adjustment, try to find more ways to get him the ball. On the Martinsburg side of things, there's not a whole lot of adjusting that they really need to do outside of like one of the keys that I had early in the game, before the game, was for them to stay disciplined. And they had a 15-yard personal foul penalty in there. They had a couple other penalties that were costly. They had another one that was almost costly and almost gave Jefferson a first down, but luckily they had a wide receiver false start right before jumping off sides. So that's really the one thing that they need to do better. They are doing a great job of controlling this game on the ground, running the ball. Murphy Clement take out the sack, and he's averaging 7.5 yards per carry. Coy Fagan's averaging 6. Nick Buskey's almost averaging 8. They have this game very much under control if they play the same way in the second half.
Kicking team already out and lined up for Martinsburg as Jefferson has just concluded its warm-ups. Now, majority of the players jog over to the far sideline, and the return team will stay out onto the field, jogging its way from that right end zone over to the left side of the field to get lined up. Again, at the half, it is Martinsburg 29, Jefferson nothing. Your second half kickoff brought to you by Ollie's VIP Northside, the best local spot to catch sports or hang out with friends. Stop by 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. Ollie's VIP will see you for the game.
15, Demarius Wallace. And number 6, Deshaun Rupert.
It's another sky kick that's short, and this time Rockwell will not call the fair catch. He'll try to pick up a few yards as he caught it at the 28-yard line, and he'll run to the middle of the field and be brought down at the 35-yard line.
I didn't get the chance to really get deep into it, but Jefferson's clock management in that last drive of the first half was puzzling. I know they got the ball to start the half. Maybe they just said they didn't want to make a mistake before going into halftime, so they just ran the ball, didn't try to make the throws down the field and score points, but man, you're down 4 touchdowns.
The rain going to be an issue now during the second half, too, as Harridge play action pass. It's a screen pass to the left side, caught by Robinson, and he'll go down the field on the far sideline and be pushed out of bounds after a gain of 3 to make it second down and 7 as Clement pushing him out.
That is the kind of thing they need to do a little bit more of. Get the ball in Robinson's hands. He's your best athlete, best guy that you have in the open field.
11:50 to go in quarter number 3. 2 receivers to each side for Jefferson. Some motion up front will draw the flag, as it looks like that was Will Bass with an encroachment penalty for Martinsburg.
Defense, number 58, 5-yard penalty.
That 5-yard penalty will make it second down and 3 now at the 43 of Jefferson.
I mean, you haven't even given up
Second down, 2.
Much over 70 rushing, 70 total yards to Jefferson. You can't give them penalties.
It's a run for Roper, and he's right near the sticks, but they say he was stopped half a yard shy. So that'll make it 3rd down and 1. Martinsburg defensive line collapsing on top of him and stopping his forward progress.
Gain the 44-yard line, 3rd down, 1.
We know Roper to be more of a bruiser in the backfield. Robinson now communicating something to Harrich. He sends a man in motion from left to right. They have 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. They now all stop and stare over to the far side for the play call. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. They now motion Roper to the left side of Harrich.
They're running.
Martinsburg going to send the blitz. It's a snap to Harrich. He's going to keep it himself, and he was hit in the backfield, but stayed on his feet, stumbled forward, picked up the first down by a yard or 2. Out across the 45, they say he was stopped at the 47-yard line, so 1st and 10 Jefferson, down 29-0 against Martinsburg with 10:50 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Impressive balance there to stay on his feet and get the first down. We'll see if they go back to that kind of play a little bit more. Harrich, like I said, I think they can use Harrich's legs a little bit more.
2 receivers now to each side for Dylan Harrich. He sends his running back in motion to the right side. It's a pass caught by Robinson in the middle of the field, and he'll be brought down at the, looks like they say, 49-yard line. So a gain of 2 to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Play by Martinsburg's 8-pound Jacobs and number 56, Xerxes Yancey.
Yancey and Jacobs in on the stop for Martinsburg.
Gain the 49-yard line, 2nd down.
Jefferson
8.
kind of going with these quick passes.
Yeah, it's a much different game plan than the first time they played Martinsburg, where Harrich was sitting back and passing a lot.
This time it's a bubble screen to the left, caught by Robinson. Robinson splits 2 defenders, now goes down the far side of the field and pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line of Martinsburg. 1st down, Jefferson.
Again, I think this is the exact kind of stuff that Jefferson has needed to do more of for the entire game.
Looks like they say Robinson stepped out at the 41. It's still 1st down for the Cougars inside Martinsburg territory. 9:51 to go in this 3rd quarter. Harrich now dropping back the pass, immediately lets it rip to the left, and it's another completion. So the receiver wraps it up and immediately goes down at the 36-yard line, as that was Rockwell. Roper.
I think that was a mistake on the PA announcer's part, too, as Caleb Shelton made that catch.
All right, so we're all incorrect, other than Dylan. So now Harrich scrambles his way after he tried to move the pocket to the right and just took off up the middle.
Tackled by number 58, Will Bass.
I think part of the reason that Harrich hasn't been able to scramble around the way that he did in the first game against Martinsburg is because they're doing a lot more of those quick passes. In the first game, they tried to throw the ball deep down the field against Martinsburg, and it didn't really work out. They covered it, and Harrich took off and run a lot of times.
3rd down and short. Hand off to Roper, and he's tackled in the backfield by Bass and Reed. A loss of 2 will bring up 4th down and 4. The 35-yard line. 8 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and right now, Jefferson's offense staying out onto the field.
There's no punting when you're down 4 touchdowns in the second half.
2 receivers to each side. Harrich looking left, looking right. He tries to get somebody to jump off sides, unsuccessful. Martinsburg, cover 0 right now, double covering Robinson. Snap to Harrich, dropping back to pass, has a man in the flat, and it's bobbled in and out of the hands of Robinson and falls incomplete. Turnover on downs, Martinsburg ball. 8:09 to go in the 3rd quarter, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their 35-yard line, up 29-0 on Jefferson.
Again, it's one thing to have the right game plan, and then it's another thing to execute the game plan well. They did what they should have done on that drive. Keyshawn Robinson had 4 targets, 3 catches, when he had just 3 touches overall in the first half. That drive alone, he already surpassed that. Keyshawn Robinson's just got to catch the ball. That's his 2nd drop.
2 receivers to each side. Clement gets the snap, play action pass, and it's caught by Dover on the far side, and he steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Gain of 5, making it 2nd and 5.
I think they even giving him a 6th yard out of that. So that's only Murphy Clement's 8th pass of the game. And it's very run heavy. And if they go back to it, they can really drain this clock down like they did. It won't give Jefferson much of any chance to get back in this game. And Jefferson needs at least 4 possessions. And if you run the ball well enough, they might not even get that.
It's actually Gideon, I think, with the completion. This time they go to Musgrove on the screen to the near side. Musgrove goes backwards, trying to have a few blockers, giving him time, but he's wrapped up on the near sideline by Mielub, and he steps out of bounds right at the yard marker for our first down. We'll see if they give it to him or not at that 45-yard line. I think they're going to bring out the chains to measure it.
No, they're telling him to. They're telling him to give him the first.
7 minutes, 35 seconds. Clock winding down in the third quarter. It's a first down for Martinsburg. Ball at the Bulldogs 45. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Clement. He's got Buskey lined up to his right now at running back. He'll hand it off to Buskey. Buskey has space and is off to the races. There goes Buskey. 1 man to beat. Can Robinson catch him? He dives for it, and they say he steps out of bounds at the 2-yard line, and that actually wasn't Robinson chasing him down. Thought it was, because typically we see him being one of the fastest men on the field on that Jefferson side.
Usually if someone on Jefferson's chasing down a guy going to the end zone, it's Robinson, but that was actually Tony Allen.
Great speed by him, did not expect it, but nonetheless, it's 1st and goal. Martinsburg at the 2-yard line. Big gain for Nick Buskey.
Well, listen, a guy named Tony Allen's got to play great defense. So, great run by Buskey, though.
Shotgun formation, snap from Kaufman to Clement. He'll hand it off to Buskey, and Buskey going to be stopped in the backfield now. And they say he might have just got back to the line of scrimmage. No, lost a yard as Mielub waiting for him in that hole, A gap.
2nd down goal.
So 2nd and goal now from the 3 as substitution trying to quickly come out onto the field for Jefferson, but I don't think they're going to have time, and they might have to burn a timeout. They never got that off, but doesn't matter. Clement gets the snap, runs forward, touchdown Martinsburg.
They're blowing the whistle. There's a flag.
2 to go, as they had 12 men on the field,
Yep.
but we'll see if the touchdown stands or not because of it. So there you go. 12 men on the field, penalty decline, touchdown Martinsburg. 6 minutes, 42 seconds left in the third quarter. It's now Martinsburg 35, Jefferson nothing. As Murphy Clement goes in for 6. Cody Page on to attempt the extra point for Martinsburg. Kind of bunch everybody together. Jefferson overloads the left side, almost blocks it, but the kick is through the uprights and good, making it 36-0. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football. Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
The challenges of tomorrow need a leader of character. A West Point graduate, a retired active duty Army veteran with 27 years of uniformed service, a battle-tested leader who knows what it means to serve. We need conservative Mac Warner. As a veteran, family man, and lifelong servant leader, Mac has the values and experience to fight for our children, our families, and our future. Mac Warner is ready to serve.
We welcome you back. 36-0. Martinsburg leads Jefferson. 6 minutes, 42 seconds in the third quarter. Samuel Collins kicks this one off for Martinsburg, and that will go into the end zone for a touchback. Let's get our scoring drive summaries brought to you by Paul Espinosa for State Senate, effective fiscally conservative voice for the 16th District.
59 yards and 5 plays. A big one being the 43-yard run by Nick Buskey down to the 2-yard line. And eventually Murphy Clement punches it in from 3 yards out for the touchdown.
That makes it 36-0 Martinsburg over Jefferson here in the AAA quarterfinal matchup. Winner of this one will play either Spring Mills or Huntington, so they play tomorrow at 1:30. 1st and 10 for Jefferson. Harrich hands it off to his running back Roper, who runs into one of his own linemen. His forward progress is stopped for a loss of 2, making it 2nd down and 12, and it looks like we have a injured player, and I think that might be Tayshawn Roper, who's slow to get up.
Yeah, he seems like he's doing okay, but he definitely was slow to get up.
Staying out on the field right now. Staying at running back for Jefferson. Lined up to the left side of Harrich. 2 receivers to each side of Harrich. Gets a snap, dropping back the pass, looking to his left, and that one almost intercepted, but it falls incomplete, making it 2nd and 12 as Ace Flores almost had that.
Almost looked like almost was like Harrich was throwing the ball to Flores the way that they were both posted up there. I think it's worth noting for people to realize, because of the seeding, that when it comes to the next week's game, the winner of this game will travel to Huntington if Huntington wins. The winner of this game will host next week if Spring Mills pulls off the upset.
3rd and 12 at the 18-yard line for Jefferson. 6 minutes, 6 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Harrich. Gets the snap, dropping back the pass, looking to his left. Tries to evade pressure. Throws it wide open is Robinson at the 50. Slips off a tackle, and now at the 40 of Martinsburg's brought down at the 39-yard line. But a broken play will make it 1st down Jefferson. That's probably their biggest play of the night.
Absolutely is. Great improvisation skills by Dylan Harrich. Now suddenly Keyshawn Robinson's up to 6 catches on the game. 4 in the second half. Really just 1 play into the second drive of the second half.
1st and 10 at the 39 of Martinsburg. Harrich takes the snap, dropping back the pass, throws it short, and it's caught to the left hash marks by Robinson again for a 7th catch. And they say his forward progress gets him to the 35-yard line, making it 2nd and 6 on the 4-yard completion.
Dylan Harrich had 46 passing yards at halftime, and that big completion to Robinson went for 49 yards just on its own.
So now they've flipped the field formation. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Harrich again to pass, dropping back, sending it deep on the far side. Diving for it's the receiver, but it's too far out in front of him. That pass incomplete, bringing up a 3rd down and 6. As that one just too much from Harrich.
Yep, it was not a whole lot of room to work with. Receiver had a step, maybe a half a step. So it would have had to have been pretty much a perfect throw.
3rd and 6, 4 minutes, 49 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. It's Martinsburg 36, Jefferson nothing. Jefferson with the ball. It's that pass, that last play intended, I think, for Wallace. And the play clock is getting close to 0, so Jefferson will call a timeout. We'll take it with them, a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back. Martinsburg High School after Jefferson's timeout. 4:49 left in the third quarter. 4 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Herich alone in the backfield, and they get Martinsburg to jump offside. Done that a few times tonight successfully.
Yeah. It should be third and inches and not a first down from the looks of the marker.
Now Bass will go in for Cofield on the defensive line.
Again, they're just not being disciplined. Too many penalties. That's their 6th.
3rd and 1. They now have 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left as Roper goes to the right side of Herich. They'll hand it off to Herich. Herich hands it off to Roper, and Roper tackled in the backfield by Reed for a loss of 2. Bringing up 4th and 3.
Rashad Reed is absolutely insane. I think it's his 19th tackle for loss on the year now after the sack that he had earlier. That is true. He's by far the leader on the team. Tackles for loss. Xerxes Yancey in second place only has 7.
36-0. Martinsburg leads Jefferson. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's 4th down and 4. The 32-yard line for Jefferson. And they get the snap off in time.
No.
Doesn't look like it to me, and now the flag is thrown. And that is a delay of game penalty called against Jefferson, backing them up 5 yards, making it 4th down and 9.
I mean, how do you let that happen? You still have 2 timeouts. Could have called one. I don't know if they thought that the clock reset in a way that it didn't, or what.
4th and 9. 2 receivers to each side for Herich. We'll have Roper lined up to his right. Martinsburg looks like sending pressure. Now they drop back in coverage as Herich chucks it deep, and that's a wobbler that's just going to fall at the 10-yard line. That was underthrown. That's a turnover on downs. Martinsburg gets the ball with 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Let's get to our third quarter sponsors now on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube, as we are presented by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors. John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, or call 304-263-4343, as well as the Larry DeMarco team at Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state area, they have you covered. 1st and 10, Martinsburg with the ball in quarter number 3 at the 37-yard line of the Bulldogs. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now whistles blow before the play can get off, and a flag thrown.
12.
Wait to see what it is, and looks like you might be correct.
Imminent illegal participation. Defense.
Yep.
12 men on the field. 5-yard penalty.
Second time.
We saw the one on the Murphy Clement touchdown. Now we see one on the opening play of the drive. So 1st and 5 now at the 42 for Martinsburg. Mike gets the snap. He'll hand it off to Buskey, and Jefferson reads that one, as that's Michael Graham tackling Buskey in the backfield. A loss of 4 on the play, making it 2nd down and 9.
That's a rare tackle for loss for someone against this Martinsburg offensive line.
2nd down, 9. Under 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Kaufman snaps it back to Clement. We'll hand it off to Buskey. Buskey this time runs to the left. Tries to cut back, steps over a diving tackle, and now it's pushed out of bounds on the near side, and a flag going to be thrown as some extra shoving from Jacobs after that play, well out of bounds for Jefferson. And that already was a first down, it looks like, for Martinsburg, and now they'll have the ball inside Jefferson territory.
Yeah, that's pretty cut and dry. Can't tackle guys when they're on the sideline. It's not allowed.
36-0 Martinsburg in the lead over Jefferson. 15-yard penalty is now being marked off. The ball will be spotted at the Jefferson 38-yard line. 1st and 10 Martinsburg as we wait for the chain gain to catch up with everybody else. The clock already rolling. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in the third quarter and winding down.
And Jefferson's really just running out of time at this point. Not much they can do. They haven't been able to do anything on offense.
Low snap, Clement brings it in and hands it off to Malachi Williams, and Williams goes up the middle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Martinsburg. 2 minutes, 22 seconds to go in quarter number 3. It is now Martinsburg 42, Jefferson nothing.
That's got to be the first time all season we've seen Malachi Williams line up in the backfield and take a handoff as a running back position. We've seen maybe some jet sweeps, but that looked pretty natural to me. I mean, the hole was wide open for him to run through. It was like the parting of the Red Sea, but he took it to the house immediately.
Yeah, I don't remember any this year or last year. That was beautiful. It's Page on to attempt the extra point now for Martinsburg. Traces his steps back. Snap is back. And this one blocked by Jacobs. So it's no good. Keeping the score at 42-0 here in the third quarter. Step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency. BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back as the kick is off, but a flag is thrown, and it looks like there'll be a penalty on the kickoff against Martinsburg.
Encroachment. 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty will back things up for the kickoff, putting it at the 35-yard line instead of the 40 for Samuel Collins and Martinsburg's kicking team as they lead Jefferson 42-0.
Well, both sides had committed 6 penalties before that. So that's the 7th on the Bulldogs now. But luckily, the talent difference just ends up being too much, even if the Bulldogs commit a lot of penalties.
It's another short end-over-end kick, caught by Rockwell at the 30. A run to the left, and tackled at the 35-yard line with 2 minutes, 16 seconds in the third quarter. Jefferson will have a 1st and 10. Let's get our scoring drive summary, Dylan.
Yeah, it was Malachi Williams' 38-yard touchdown on that one. It was a short drive, only 2 plays in that one. That it ends up making it a 42-0 ball game in the end. Just great rushing attack for Martinsburg.
Scoring drive summaries brought to you by Paul Espinosa for State Senate, effective fiscally conservative voice for the 16th District, as we have a play off now, and it's Roper being tackled in the backfield by Rashad Reed. A loss. Looks like about 8 maybe on that one.
I think even 9. Yeah.
That brings up 2nd and long.
I believe that's his 20th tackle for loss on the season.
Incredible season for the senior Rashad Reed. EPAC Defensive Player of the Year. Just making it known why. The receivers to the left, one to the right, second down and 19. Harrich in shotgun formation, gets the snap, hands it off to Roper. Roper this time goes up the middle into the secondary. One man to beat, but that's Gideon bringing him down at the 34-yard line. That'll make it a third down and 12.
He was able to get back most of that yardage that he just lost, but not a ton of it. Roper had a good first half. It's been rough going in the second half.
Harrich gets the snap, rolls to his left. Has a man open on the far side, and he catches it. It's hit by Dover just shy of the first down marker, as that was Robinson catching it, and stopped at the 44-yard line, needed to get to the 46, so fourth down and 2 for Jefferson, with 48 seconds to go in this third quarter, clock winding down. It's 42-0, Martinsburg leading Jefferson in the third. Jefferson's offense staying out on the field.
They do have to get this play off.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Can't take it down to the fourth quarter.
And it's a handoff to Roper, and that one's close. It looks like he was able to pick up the first down, just kind of pushing his momentum forward at the last second to get it. And that should be the final play unless they decide to take one more as the clock starts rolling. It was stopped at 19 to spot the ball for the first and 10.
Yeah, they're not going hurry up, so it looks like we're just going to the fourth quarter.
Your score at the end of the third, Martinsburg 42, Jefferson nothing. We'll step aside and take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hey, Cody, what side of the turkey has the most feathers?
Is it a male or a female turkey?
Cody, it's just a joke. What side of the turkey has more feathers?
I don't know.
The outside.
If you're plucking feathers from your car, bring it to Cody's Auto Body in Martinsburg for a quick fix.
Cody?
What?
Don't say it this time.
Okay, well, it's Cody's with a T for plucking trust.
Cody.
What? I said plucking, not
Cody, you just said it!
Flu season is just around the corner. Protect yourself with a flu shot. Most people 6 months and older are encouraged to get the flu vaccine every season. WV Medicine announces 2 fall vaccine clinics for your convenience. October 26th at Inwood Primary Care, 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. October 27th at Spring Mills Primary Care and Pediatrics from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call ahead for an appointment. Knock out the flu this season. Get your flu shot at one of these fall vaccine clinics.
We welcome you back as we head to the fourth quarter. It's Martinsburg all over the Jefferson Cougars, up 42-0. Score update from Cabell Midland. Number 8 Bridgeport leading 34-13 over the number 1 team in AAA. 5 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the fourth.
That is unbelievable.
Harrich gets the snap on the 1st and 10 to start off our fourth quarter. He'll hand it off to his running back, Tayshawn Roper. Roper stumbles his way forward, then is pushed back. His forward progress gained him a yard to make it 2nd down and 9 at Jefferson's 48-yard line.
So obviously anything can happen. You know, Bridgeport can make a run if they can beat up on Cabell like that, but that makes me think that next week is your, basically your state championship game.
That is if it's Martinsburg-Huntington, I assume you're saying, as everybody motions, but I never saw the ball move.
It's true. False start on everyone but the center.
False start, offense, everybody but the snapper.
There you go, you got it, Dylan. Everybody but the snapper, 5-yard penalty. 42-0 Martinsburg is.
It's not the first time I've seen it.
No, but it's always funny when it happens.
It is. But yeah, if Huntington gets the victory over Spring Mills, if it's Martinsburg versus say Spring Mills, then maybe you could say there's some weird things happening there. But Martinsburg, Huntington, yeah.
And the snap goes past Harrich, and he's just going to have to fall on top of that one at the 26-yard line. Things are just falling apart here for the Cougars in the fourth quarter. Got some guys kind of trying to calm each other down, frustration kicking in. It's been a tough day for Jefferson.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, you're facing reality right in front of you. It's very real now that this is your last game of the season. I mean, 42 points in one quarter when you've scored none is just not realistic.
3rd down and 30. They send Harich over to talk with a wide receiver now as he goes over behind.
Some backyard, drawing it up in the dirt kind of talk there.
Back in shotgun formation. Gets a snap, dropping back to pass, looking to his right. As a man open, it's caught at the 42-yard line and brought down at the 44-yard line. Great catch and run for a few more yards on that far side. As that was Robinson, of course, with the catch. He's having a great game for Jefferson.
Absolutely. He's got 7 catches just in the second half. I have to do the math on how many yards he's up to now.
But that makes it 4th down and 13. 9 minutes to go and a winding 4th quarter clock due to the mercy rule since it's 42-0 Martinsburg on top of Jefferson. Harich gets the snap, dropping back to pass, looking downfield, and he's going to be sacked. Turnover on downs. Martinsburg gets the ball as Rashawn Reed ends that play with the sack.
119 receiving yards now for Keyshawn Robinson on 9 catches. So, yeah, he had a great second half. Only had 2 catches in the first half, but they fed him the ball.
So the turnover on downs makes it 1st and 10 for Martinsburg at Jefferson's 44-yard line. 8 minutes, 40 seconds to go in quarter number 4. We still wait for the entire offense to go out onto the field for the Bulldogs. There's some confusion on who's supposed to be in, who's supposed to be out going on. Weller thought he had to be in, but now he jogs out. Player for Jefferson does the same. Couldn't see exactly who it was on that far sideline. But
yeah, you figure you're getting some backups in. You got to make sure you've communicated it correctly.
Clement at quarterback gets the snap, hands it off to Buskey. Buskey is going to be tackled in the backfield by Quinton Goins. There's some late pushing and shoving going on between Williams as well as Jefferson's Stephen Cameron. At a loss of 3, making it 2nd down. 12 is now the freshman Brian Dick goes in at quarterback, it looks like, to end the day of Murphy Clement. To the applause of the Martinsburg fans still in attendance here on a rainy night, as Nick Buskey also checks out, running back.
Yeah, Clement only threw 9 passes today and ran the ball 11 times.
Dick gets the snap. He hands it off to his running back, and again, going with the tackle as Marcus Shantz, the carrier. Gain of 1, making it 3rd down and 11 with 7 minutes, 15 seconds to go. You see some new linemen now going in for the Bulldogs as well on this 3rd and long.
Yep, keep your guys healthy, especially since you figure next week you don't know what happened in Cabell or what is happening, but next week's the biggest game of the season, so you got to keep those guys healthy.
Yeah, you're not too worried though about that Cabell Midland Bridgeport game, that being the other side of the bracket. So
right, you worry about that the week after. You gotta win the semifinal before you can win the final, but still, huge game next week.
3rd and 11, Dick with the quarterback keeper, slips through a few tacklers, still on his feet, and somehow breaks through another out across the 35 and brought down at the 33-yard line, and that's a 1st down for Martinsburg. Great run by the freshman. Couldn't be brought down. 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, they ran a direct snap, design run with him for the 1 snap that he was in earlier. So that might be something to look forward to in future years for Martinsburg. Another guy that can run the ball at quarterback. It's now 40-13 Bridgeport. Absolutely a jaw-dropping upset.
Brian Dick at quarterback, Colin Schaffner at running back to his right. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Dick Hands it off to Schaffner. Schaffner runs to the left, tries to make a stiff arm, but will be tackled for a loss by Nolan Mila. The loss of 2, making it 2nd down and 12. Fourth quarter brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call them at 304-350-1931, WHMsystems.com, as well as Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store anymore. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at orsinis.com. 2nd and 12 as Martinsburg breaks the huddle with 10 seconds left on the play clock, 5 on the game clock. Dick, shotgun formation, gets the snap. He'll keep it himself. Cuts to the left, now goes up the middle into the secondary. Bounces off a tackle, still on his feet again to the 20, trying to cut to the near side of the field. Eventually is brought down at the 21-yard line, they say, as he was tackled by Tony Allen. That's a 1st down for Martinsburg.
Not bad. 28 yards on 3 carries for Brian Dick, freshman quarterback.
It's 42-0. Martinsburg leading Jefferson as we see the backups in right now for the Bulldog offense looking very well on this drive. 4:25 left in the 4th quarter, clock winding down due to the mercy rule. Dick waiting for his receivers to get set. Gets the snap. Hands it off to Shantz. Shantz goes up the middle and will be tackled from behind at the 16-yard line. So a 5-yard run will bring up 3rd down and 5. Or excuse me, 2nd down and 5.
This is just domination tonight. The Jefferson offense was able to put up 14 points in that first matchup earlier this year. Tonight, they changed up the game plan in what I thought were positive ways, but it just hasn't translated into points.
Dick gets the snap. Quarterback keeper. Cuts to the right, now cuts to the left. Spin move and goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Martinsburg. 3:33 to go. In quarter number 4, it's now Martinsburg 48. Jefferson, nothing.
Brian Dick is hard to bring down, man. He does not go down in the first contact. He bounces off of defenders. Great run.
Again, he's only a freshman.
Right. It's
fun to watch him the next few years.
It's a pretty similar running style to Nick Buskey, I think. So if we get any time with the 2 of them together in the backfield, it's a bruising backfield duo.
Brian Dick is the holder.
Looks like Collins this time on to attempt the extra point instead of Page. Dick on to hold, and the extra point kick is up into the air and good. Step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football. Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Flu season is just around the corner. Protect yourself with a flu shot. Most people 6 months and older are encouraged to get the flu vaccine every season. WV Medicine announces 2 fall vaccine clinics for your convenience. October 26th at Inwood Primary Care, 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. October 27th at Spring Mills Primary Care and Pediatrics from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call ahead for an appointment. Knock out the flu this season. Get your flu shot at one of these fall vaccine clinics.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from 1 location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
Having 3 carries for 42 rushing yards on that drive.
Scoring drive summaries are brought to you by Paul Espinosa for State Senate, an effective fiscally conservative voice for the 16th District. 3 minutes, 22 seconds remain in regulation. It's Harich at quarterback out on the field for Jefferson, who has some confusion, so they're going to have to burn a timeout.
Jefferson.
We'll take it with them. Make it only a 30-second break back at the studio, Nick. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football Talk Radio, WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
We welcome you back as Jefferson has called a timeout. They have one remaining. Martinsburg still with all 3 timeouts here in the fourth quarter, up 49-0 over the Cougars with 3 minutes, 22 seconds to go. It's 1st and 10 for Jefferson at the 20-yard line. As they had the touchback on the kickoff, but some confusion on lining everybody up on the field, so they had to burn a timeout.
So if you're looking at next week, you could have the upset of Spring Mills, who was the team that gave you the most trouble if you're Martinsburg in EPAC play. Although, you know, we kind of mentioned that they might have been not as motivated in those last weeks of the season. Spring Mills was a big game. They did better than all the other EPAC teams, especially. Or you have Huntington.
Harich gets the snap, hands it off to his running back, Roper, who goes up the middle and picks up a yard. And Huntington.
Obviously, last year's game, it was a different team for both sides. Gavin Locko, the quarterback for Huntington, is now a wide receiver at Dayton. And you know, Ezra Bajent's a much different quarterback than Murphy Clement, and Dave Walker was still at Concord. So it's a lot of different things. But I thought in last year's game there were some moments that maybe could have turned the tide, some unlucky or lucky breaks for Martinsburg, but I thought Huntington just was the better team in that game on their home field. Maybe the home field advantage helped out, but
Jefferson had 12 people on the field, no call. Harich is going to keep it himself, scramble to the right, pick up the first down and go out of bounds around the 30-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 10. The clock continues to wind inside 2 minutes now here in the fourth. It's Martinsburg 49, Jefferson nothing.
Now,
you know, on the minds of Martinsburg definitely is revenge if it is Huntington.
Absolutely. Now, it's one thing to be a better team overall, and it's one thing to be a better team on the field that day. With football, it's single elimination tournaments. We see it in March Madness. Sometimes the better team has an off day. Maybe that's what happened last year.
Flag thrown on the play as it's a handoff from Harich to Roper, who runs to the right and goes out of bounds. Minute 30 left in the fourth quarter. We do know, though, even though it's not official, Martinsburg should, in all likeliness, unless it's Spring Mills that wins, then they get the decision. But if it is Huntington that Martinsburg do go up against next week, the game will take place on Saturday.
If the home team gets the decision, we know that Huntington would choose Saturday.
No, the away team gets the decision.
Okay. There you go.
Away team gets the decision.
Excuse me.
Home team, I believe, gets to choose what time.
There you go. Yeah.
Handoff, and it's a tackle for a loss as running back Tayshawn Roper nowhere to go. It's a loss of 2. Bringing up 2nd down and 15. Clock inside a minute now. Just wait for it to hit 0 so that we can end things on a good and healthy note.
Yeah.
Ball's the 25-yard line. 2nd down, 15.
Harich in shotgun formation. Gets a snap, hands it off to Roper. Roper kind of makes it more of a draw, trying to shimmy and shake. And will only get back to the line of scrimmage. That should be the final play of the game, as clock at 25 seconds, play clock 8 seconds behind that. You already have at least one player for Jefferson kind of jogging his way over to midfield, wanting this one to end. That being Wallace. The rest of his team, though, staying out on the field.
I don't know if you can call that offsides or what, but
he's off, so
he's off the field now.
Yeah. They're going to at least take one more play, and it's a run for Roper, and he'll pick up a yard, and that wraps things up. Martinsburg gets the win, ending Jefferson's season. Final score, Martinsburg 49, Jefferson nothing, as your Bulldogs improved to 11-0 on the year and advance to the AAA semi-finals as they await tomorrow's winner between Spring Mills and Huntington. Step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then be back for our post-game show. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency, BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Be back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium for the post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu, daily specials, and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page as Martinsburg remains undefeated, gets the win over the Jefferson Cougars by a final score of 49-0. So Martinsburg advances to the state semifinals next week. They'll play the winner of Huntington Spring Mills. That game's taking place tomorrow in Huntington. Kickoff at 1:30. As Jefferson's season, fortunately for them, comes to an end with a 9-3 record.
Yeah, I'm sure Spring Mills doesn't really love the way that we've been kind of referring to next week as, well, we kind of assume it will be Huntington, but maybe Spring Mills will do it. But, I mean, hey, Spring Mills, go prove us wrong. I think that Huntington will pull it out, but I think that's a really good football team they have over there. Coach Law deserved his Coach of the Year award that he's gotten from any outlet that wants to give it to him. He's done a great job. So I think that it should be pretty interesting. I think Huntington's really high-powered, but I thought the same about Cabell Midland, and they just got run off the field tonight by Bridgeport, their own home field. So maybe Spring Mills can do the same tomorrow. You never know.
We're waiting for Martinsburg to finish its post-game talk with the coaches and the players, and then Matt Miller, our sideline reporter, will be joined by David Walker, the victorious head coach of the Bulldogs, as well as Buzz Dover, as he had that pick six in that third quarter that really buried this one for the Bulldogs and put things away for good, it kind of seemed like.
Kind of a final nail in the coffin. It was, no one Bulldog really stood out as a carrying type of performance in this one. So it was really a team effort all around. The defense was great, and so was the offense, defense, special teams. Got a score in all three phases.
And that is what you love to see, as Matt Miller, it looks like, has buzz, so we'll send it down to Matt now.
Yeah, I got Buzz right here. Hey, talk to us a little bit about the excitement of this win and moving back into the semifinals.
I just think it was like another great team win, like coming off the win from last week, so it was just a great team win for us.
What did that opening kickoff return mean for you guys?
Just momentum. Coach was telling us to get that momentum, and we just took it.
And then right at the end of the first half, you capped that scoring with the big interception. What did you see on that play?
I just been watching a lot of film, and I seen him run that play, so I just seen the ball in the air, and I went to go get it.
All right, how do you feel the offense played tonight?
I feel like we played good. We just got to keep it up because we got Huntington next week.
Yeah. How about the defensive effort?
Just keep doing what we've been doing. Hold the teams out. 0.
Buzz, thank you so much. Congratulations. All right. Hey, let's bring in Coach Walker. Coach, a really solid all-around effort. Give us an evaluation.
A+. I mean, I thought we played really well. I thought we played unselfish.
I love that.
You know, those guys, everybody played well together, blocked, and everybody did their job. That was a big thing we were talking about. Make sure you do your job, and everybody does their job.
How about the intensity level? It's a rival. It's a team that you beat pretty handily in the regular season. This would have been an easy game maybe to not be as up for. Do you feel like you came in really ready to go?
I really do. And you never, you're dealing with teenage boys. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to
mean it.
They showed up to play today. There's a couple times during the week I worry. I always feel like you practice well, you play well. And these guys have been the opposite several times. But we had a decent week, so I was glad we played well.
Seemed a little frustrated at the half with the offense. Do you feel like you picked it up in the second half?
Yeah, we did.
No.
I think a lot of the stuff, it's
Do you not need these anymore?
Operational stuff. Sometimes
I just need this. That's all.
Organized, and we work on this stuff every day. But sometimes we just we still make mistakes, so we got to work on it.
But you still turn around and look at that scoreboard and go 49 points.
Well, I mean, 14 of it was the other two phases. But no, I thought we wore on them at the end and then the second half.
All right, now you have to wait. Tomorrow it's Spring Mills at Huntington. You get that winner. Do you root, obviously, for Spring Mills right now?
I mean, honestly, I'd like to play Spring Mills and not have to make the trip, but I wasn't here last year, so I know these guys really want to play Huntington and have a shot at redemption. So I'm kind of rooting, to make the trip just so these guys will have a chance to just kind of, get payback or whatever. Of course, we might not be careful what we wish for, but no, it don't matter who we play. Either way, I'm fine. I'm just happy that we got practice during Thanksgiving.
There you go. You mentioned not being here last year, and I heard some of the guys on the sideline and coming out of the handshake line talking about we're practicing on Thanksgiving. How special is that?
Oh, it's just a great – I get chill bumps just thinking about it. We have a special thing where we feed them breakfast, and we have a morning practice, and they can spend the rest of the day with their families and stuff or whatever. And it's a good fellowship and good for all these guys to be together because their days of being together are numbered. It's dwindling down. So I look forward to the week and just spending time.
Enjoy the night. Watch that game tomorrow, and we'll look forward to following you wherever you go next week.
All right. Thank you, Matt.
Guys, back to you.
Thank you to our legends, Matt Miller and David Walker. We'll step aside, take another 2-minute break, and on the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll get our post-game stats, awards, and wrap things up here from Coburn Field. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football. Talk Radio, WRNR, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Marius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hi, this is Dave from Bechtel Jewelers. Have you shopped our huge going out of business sale? Everything in the store is up to 70% off, and the sale just got even better. Now you can take an additional 20% off our already crazy low sale prices. Everything must go, and we would love it all to go to an amazing home. This is so much fun, and the perfect time to go on a shopping spree one last time at Bechtel Jewelers. See you soon.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken.
From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation, a hearty meal of 12 pieces for $12 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $12.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new Bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
We welcome you back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Apologies there towards the end of the interview down on the field for the audio blunder, but we continue now and get into our post-game stats brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 south of Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. Dylan, whenever you are ready, let's get tonight's post-game stats underway.
Yeah, Dylan Harridge ended up being 12 for 25 overall, 130 yards and an interception, no touchdowns. He was also had -6 net yards rushing in the end on 7 carries. Tayshawn Roper ended up having 16 carries for 25 yards. Keyshawn Robinson, 9 catches for 119 yards. He only had 2 catches for 22 at halftime, so it was a great second half for him. But that was really all the positive there was for Jefferson. On the other side, Murphy Clement was 6 for 9 with 68 yards. He also had 11 carries for 69 rushing yards and a touchdown on the ground. Nick Buskey had 109 rushing yards, 13 attempts, and a rushing touchdown. Coy Fagan returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown, then added on 31 rushing yards on just 5 carries and a rushing touchdown of his own. Brian Dick had 44 rushing yards on 4 carries. The freshman quarterback, third string at the end of the game, had himself a 16-yard rushing touchdown. Malachi Williams took a 38-yard carry for a touchdown on his own. Sherrod Musgrove, still in the end, the one of only 2 Martinsburg receivers with multiple catches today. He had 39 yards. Cash Gideon had 2 catches for 14 yards. Not much passing today, but they did not need it. He had 49 points up on the board in the end, and the last one being with the third strings in. So, and you had yourself a defensive touchdown, special teams touchdown, all 3 phases. Can't ask for much better.
Let's now get into tonight's awards, starting with tonight's electrifying play of the game, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Ack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online at Orsinis.com.
So I think that this one's got to be the opening kickoff.
I do too.
Coy Fagan started things off hot. Like Buzzed Over said, the momentum to get them started right from the beginning.
So that is tonight's electrifying play of the game. How about tonight's collision of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call them at 304-901-4777. Visit their Facebook page.
Go with the second tackle for loss by Rashad Reed. Out of the 3 that he ended up having, 1 sack and 2 tackles for loss. Another great game for him. I think he got himself up to 20 tackles for loss on the season in this game.
All right, there you go. That is tonight's collision of the game. How about our good hands catch of the game, brought to you by Kelly Allstate Insurance for all of your insurance needs. Call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg.
From the guy that we heard from, the buzzed over pick 6. Again, there wasn't a whole lot of catches going for Martinsburg in this game. There were some nice catches by Keyshawn Robinson. He had a 49-yarder that can be an honorable mention, but I'll give it to the pick 6, the one that got into the end zone.
And last but not least, our player of the game, brought to you by Bodwell Insurance Solutions, a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs. Visit them at BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or call 304-283-0864.
It was hard to pick an offensive player because it just seemed like there was, not one guy that really stood out. But on the defensive side, Rashad Reed had himself another great game, and maybe we'll give an honorable mention to Buzzed Over. and that's why we gave him his interview. But we'll give this one. I'm going to give this one to Rashad Reed for his 3 tackles for loss that he had, just dominating defense by the Bulldogs.
All right, that wraps things up here from Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium as your final score. Martinsburg 49, Jefferson nothing. Martinsburg remains undefeated and will head to the state semifinals next week as they wait for the winner of tomorrow's game in Huntington between the Huntington Highlanders and the Spring Mills Cardinals, as that one will kick off tomorrow at 1:30 in the afternoon. We'll get ready to step aside, take a break. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from Nick Verzolini with some other playoff final scores for Nick Verzolini, as well as John Alderton, Matt Miller, Darrell Miller, Dylan Bishop. I'm Colin McLaughlin, signing off. This has been West Virginia High School Playoff Football on Talk Radio WRNR and WRNR TV on YouTube. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you. Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596. Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for dollar wings and Monday Night Football, Thursdays on the patio for the cornhole tourney, Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
Hi, this is Dave from Bechtel Jewelers. Have you shopped our huge going out of business sale? Everything in the store is up to 70% off, and the sale just got even better. Now you can take an additional 20% off our already crazy low sale prices. Everything must go, and we would love it all to go to an amazing home. This is so much fun, and the perfect time to go on a shopping spree one last time at Bechtel Jewelers. See you soon.
The challenges of tomorrow need a leader of character. A West Point graduate, a retired active duty Army veteran with 27 years of uniformed service, a battle-tested leader who knows what it means to serve. We need conservative Mac Warner. As a veteran, family man, and lifelong servant leader, Mac has the values and experience to fight for our children, our families, and our future. Mac Warner is ready to serve.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
As a lifelong Jefferson County resident, Paul Espinosa has been a champion for the Eastern Panhandle. Paul is the effective, fiscally conservative voice we need in the West Virginia Senate. He's fought for job creation, student-centered education, the rights of the unborn, protecting our family farms, and was a leader in passing income tax relief for all West Virginians. When residents of the 16th Senatorial District cast their votes for their next senator, the choice is clear. Paul Espinosa for West Virginia State Senate. Paid for by Espinosa for Senate, Mary C. Espinosa, Treasurer.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer! The
The Mountaineer Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Mondays, Karaoke Tuesdays, Steak Night Wednesdays and Sundays, Moonlit Swing Night Thursdays, and DJ and/or karaoke, again Fridays and Saturdays. And remember, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays through Fridays is happy hour with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Pub!
We welcome you into your post-game extra point scoreboard show. Our score here tonight as Martinsburg gets the win over Jefferson to advance to the semifinals. The Bulldogs win it 49-0 over the Jefferson Cougars. In other games from around AAA, Princeton and Parkersburg are in an absolute classic right now in the fourth quarter, as that one just continues to go back and forth between the 13-seeded Parkersburg Big Reds and the 5-seed Princeton Tigers. It's 41-37 there in the fourth quarter. Princeton on top of Parkersburg. Bridgeport getting the upset win tonight over number 1 Cabell Midland, 41-21. Huge win for the Bridgeport Indians. They play the winner of Princeton Parkersburg next week. Of course, Huntington Spring Mills will play tomorrow afternoon. Again, that game available on WRVC as well as Video Productions. So you can tune into that one if you do, or if you are interested in it. We'll go down now some AA and single A scores and wrap things up here from the studio as Independence beats Winfield tonight in AA 13-0. Fairmont Senior getting a win. That one hasn't quite yet gone final, but 42-0 there over Philip Barber. The other two games in AA are going to be played tomorrow, and the only game going final tonight in single A, as the other games are all on Saturday, is Greenbrier West getting a 22-20 win over Wamaha. So that'll do it here from the studio. Again, we won't have Shepherd football for you tomorrow just due to NCAA streaming rules. That game only available on ncaa.com. I'm Nick Verzolini here for your Extra Point Scoreboard show. Have a good night, everyone.
And that concludes today's postgame show. Be sure to tune in each week throughout the regular and postseason for more West Virginia high school football. Today's game has been brought to you by
Orsini's Home Store, Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, The Palace Lounge, CMA Honda, Bechtel Jewelers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, the Heffley Motor Company, W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Chris Miller and the Dutch Miller Auto Group, Ollie's VIP Lounge, and the Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance Agency.
For the best in high school, college, and NFL coverage all season long, keep it tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.